This time I've got something I know you can do. We're gonna open a jar. Easy. Now you try. First, get a jar. Patrick, that's a motto.
Yes. I am this storm that is approaching, provoking black comes in isolation. I am reclaimer of my name. Born in flame, I have been blessed. My family expresses I forsaken, I am awakened. A phoenix ashes are divine. Descending.
The only good ones are the SpongeBob ones because they're the only ones with recognizable voices. Like you could have.
He's hitting all those notes.
I know he's very, very passionate.
He's got a really good scream. When he lets that voice break, you know?
Yeah, it imitates his... Yeah.
Earlier, I was trying to sing la 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 over and again, and my voice just kept breaking because I'm sick.
Yeah, is that like what? That was just a little ditty you made up, or you were sending me voice recordings. I was like...
Well, that's the ED for Battle Programmer Shirase.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I was trying to have it do
your
that.
Your rendition was so good that I could not tell what it was, what you were trying to do. You kept sputtering and coughing. I feel it's.
You know what will help is if I crack this can of. Hear that?
Nope.
Discord.
Discord.
Cracking open a can of the Beast here. I've got. Hard Monster, Mean Green, the Beast Unleashed.
The way Discord kind of cut out your voice at the beginning, it sounded like you said Tard Monster.
I'm going to become one once I finish this can, that's for sure.
Okay, so they do have Hard Monster already down there.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've been out here drinking that Hard Monster.
Nice.
You can get a box with all 4 flavors. 2 of them are undrinkable.
Great.
There is a like a red flavor and then a peach flavor. Those are both
red
awful.
flavor. Nice.
Fucking, I don't know. And then there's the classic Monster flavor and then Zero Ultra. If they had just done an entire pack of Zero Ultra flavors, it would have hit nothing but dingers. But they had to try to get fucking funny with it and incorporate Peach, who nobody asked for. Nobody invited Peach to the party.
Well, that's pretty good.
How are you, my friend? What do you got going on?
I'm doing okay. Nothing. I don't know. I've been moving lumber around. That's really it.
Still doing that?
Yeah. No, I'm receiving some help building a woodshed, which is literally just a structure to prevent rain from falling on big stacks of wood. $1,000 of lumber.
What? Go to the Amish.
Don't you have to pay them to like build it though?
Go up Amish. They have a bunch of them pre-made.
Do they?
That's yeah. Oh yeah. Or you pay them to build it. It costs fucking nothing. Anytime that my folks need anything done, they call the Amish.
You can call it. So you can't call them.
Hark. They say hark.
Yeah,
Amish.
they get the big the ceremonial horn out. They yeah.
Let them know that normal people need some shit did.
Distant horse hooves start thundering.
Yeah, no, I think you could also just take a huge piece of tin and throw that over top. Just get like the remaining. So if there was any sort of like roofing that you had done, if there was a big piece of tin from that, throw that over top of the wood, and I think you're there.
I had to buy the roofing. It's like $20 a piece or something.
Look, if you invited me to come up and help you, we could have spent a day fucking the entire thing up, gotten pissed, and then gotten drunk and shot guns. Which doesn't really ultimately get done what needs to get done, but at least at the end of the day, you're drunk and shooting guns.
Yeah, it's not what we want to get done, but it's what needs to get done.
Yeah, it's like a Dark Knight kind of situation, really.
It is. It is exactly like that. I'm gonna have a
What
fucking
else you got
beefed
going
up
on?
woodshed. I don't know. Nothing
You
really.
found any more teenagers trying to canoodle in your mom's place?
No. Yeah, I was really. Yeah, I was at a party at her place, and I was really, really debating whether or not to bring that up to her because I was like, I've more that I just wanted to know. Like, was I right? Like, was I, or was I don't know.
It's
Am I
tough.
just
It's
imagining
tough
things?
because
Yeah.
I told my mom about this because I was at a wedding this last weekend. My mom was there, and I was telling her about the hot goss that you were showing
Nice.
you were telling me about, and she's like, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? You know, it's like whatever. What are you gonna do? Kids got to go somewhere. You know, it's like so. It seemed like as if it were to happen to her, she wouldn't care.
I did house
So
sitting as a teenager for my uncle, and all I did was steal 4 Vicodin. I didn't fucking finger anybody in there.
well, you
Even
had different
myself.
priorities.
True.
Okay.
I was trying to play
What do you take? What
PS3.
do you take? What are you taking the Vicodin for if you're not figuring yourself? Because when you take the Vicodin, all bets are off. You can get anything
I
up
wanted
there.
to sit in a chair for 3 hours, just kind of stare at the wall, and being like,
Well, the thing is, if you take the Vicodin, you can sit in the chair and also get your entire arm up your ass.
it's true, no pain.
No,
Yeah, you can
it's all
endure
pleasure. It's only
anything.
pleasure.
I don't know if there's much of that either. Is that Doctor House?
Uh,
That is Doctor House. What are you
I
talking about?
I um the other day I was kind of curious about what subreddits were still up because of the great subreddit what do you even call it?
I don't know, the
The revolution
bi-yearly
of
gay Reddit protest thing that will do nothing.
it's the most important moment of our time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the most important. The only protest that I have ever seen anybody follow through on for more than 30 minutes is occurring right now.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah,
and,
all
and
the entire Reddit board of directors is going to be like, "Okay, guys, you win. We're not going to make any money. We've decided you're right, and when we go public, we're not going to make any money at all." Because Reddit is so like it's such a such a fucking raw fucking place for discussion, man. You fucking want the real ass shit, you go to fucking Reddit, dude. That's why they're trying to keep it fucking
yeah.
uncorporatized. This is like when people fucking like went crazy about remember that whole thing where people were trying to keep PewDiePie at the top subscribed on YouTube I was trying to figure out like what the fuck they were getting at, and I think it was all about trying to keep YouTube from quote going corporate. This is in like 2018. I was like, what fucking year do you think it is, you fucking psychos?
Well, people will get behind anything where it's like they wanted somebody who had to break 1 million followers on Instagram. Like it needs to. Who the fuck is that retard from Two and a Half Men?
Charlie Sheen.
No, the one who came in to replace him.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, they wanted Ashton Kutcher to be the first person to crack 1 million over like Kim Kardashian or something. They were taking a stand.
Yeah, what a real motherfucker like Ashton Kutcher, not some fucking celebrity,
corporate whore,
not some corporate fucking astroturfed lady.
Yes, somebody who can actually get enjoyment out of their content, like Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, fucking dude, where's my car? Needs to get to 1 million fucking followers.
Butterfly effect, dude.
Moron. But
every follower he gets on Instagram is like a little flap of a butterfly's wings. It could have who knows what kind of effect.
Imagine the impact. Yeah. We're talking about subreddits. So yeah, I was looking through, just kind of curious about which ones were still open. It turns out all of like the really fetishy ones, those still open.
I saw someone saying like, guys, a lot of subreddits have gone private, and it was a screenshot of r/gooning.
Well, there's the thing, is that your need for sexual release trumps any sort of morality or any sort of virtues that you might deem to hold. You know, it's like a man's got to come, and that's actually how every war ever has ended. Is that it's like at a certain point you got to nut.
Yeah, the end of the end of the Crusades, they were like, all right, we're gonna go home and jack off now.
Oh, sorry about that one. Oh boy,
Oof.
they're like, whoops! I really gotta let
Dangerous.
one loose. Yeah, no, or like that's why Rome is able to go so far, is that they were cool just bumming. Like dudes were just cool to run. You know, they're like, and as long as the wine kept coming down the ride, you know, the olive oil on the wine kept flowing, they would go to the ends of the earth. That's why
David says, I've been jerking it to a lot of straight porn recently. It's pretty sick. Isn't it? Really?
No, it's. I don't think that sick is the word. I don't think that sick is exact. There's a lot of porn that you
Dude,
have
this
jerked
straight
to that is
porn is
definitely
sick. PIV. Woo.
Oh man. Oh, missionary till I die.
Mm-hmm.
Coital.
I just
positions
want to
only.
see the dude's gooch just slapping.
I like a vintage porn where it's only the nutsack. It's the only.
They couldn't
it's a
figure out how to
macro
shoot
shot.
around the nuts.
Well, how do we get the camera in there? With it.
They had to bring in
Oh.
Stanley Kubrick right after he got done shooting the moon landing. They brought him in to try and figure out how to shoot porn without
Man.
the balls being 80% of the screen.
Now that you're done with the moon landing, it's time for the poon landing,
No,
and this will have
yeah.
far more impact on our culture. Ultimately,
True.
I went to the while I was in Colorado. I went to the Stanley Hotel, and so for my birthday, which was this past weekend, there were some family friends around at this wedding that were like, we should go out and have an outing. You know, we haven't been out as a group in a decade, longer than that even. You know, it's like we should all get together and we'll go to a tourist destination. We'll all walk around as a group of 9 people, and
Great.
which is an awful idea on its surface. The optimal group to go anywhere at most is 5. If you break 5, you're asking for trouble, really.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of the places that like we should go to this is the Stanley Hotel, which is the location that inspired the book The Shining, which is one of the most desperate tourist trap locations I have ever seen. It's like old school American hucksterism, where
Yeah,
it's
like haunted house levels of. I mean, it does basically is.
Oh
like a
yeah,
haunted
dude! In the
house.
basement, they've got like they have they have like a theater performance that happens every 30 minutes that you can go into. They have like a ghost tour that happens. You know,
Can you take turns as groups standing in the hallway while the elevator opens and all the blood comes out? And then
I
they're
wish
like,
that
okay,
any
next.
of that was there. I wish that any
Yeah.
of that was there. That would be great. But no, none of those things are real.
Every 8 minutes, and a naked old lady jumps out at you.
That's my typical lived experience. I'd hope that you wouldn't joke about that. But
Sorry.
the 1980 movie features 0 of the actual location. It
Well,
was
yeah.
entirely fabricated exterior and interior. So all of the things that they have there, all of like the
Stephen King
it's-
stayed at a shitty hotel once, and he was like, "Yeah, what if this was scary?" And then he wrote it in 8 minutes.
the
I said 8 minutes again.
all
but-
all of the like the information panels and like all of like you can go to see the exhibits are about the 90s made for TV adaptation of The Shining that Stephen King did himself.
Whoa,
That sucks
no.
balls.
Oh no!
And then so you go into the town nearby, and it's like it's just tourist trap city. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, did you ever go to Erie? Did you ever go to Erie when you were a kid or anything like that? You ever go
What,
to
like Erie,
to,
Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Did you ever go to like
I
Niagara Falls?
just drove. No, that's not where Niagara Falls is.
No, I'm saying about examples of tourist trap places.
Oh,
Where
why
it's
is
like you
Erie?
go-
Why is Erie a tourist trap? I drove through Erie on my way to visit you in Ohio that one time, and I stopped at that hot dog place with Steven, and we ate some hot dogs. It was pretty good.
I don't know, but like this is like old school Americana where they would have like a thing that they could show. We have the world's biggest potato.
Yeah, like
And then they
Niagara
build it
is
in-
a good example of that, even though it is in. Wait, is it in Canada?
It's both. There's an
But
American
like the
side
part
and
with
a
like all
Canadian
of
side.
the
That's
town,
Canada.
like okay, the
That's
city, the
Canada.
town of Niagara's in Canada, and it does all this shitty like it just has tourist trap everything.
The
It's got
WWE
it has
store.
it has a fucking Ripley's Believe It or Not museum.
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
so
shit like
I
that.
have not been in one of those in forever.
Mm.
And I remembered that when I was there, I'm like, oh, there's literally nothing I hate more in the world than being in a tourist trap area. Because you're surrounded by obese people from like Alabama,
Yeah, just the
and
shittiest
Kentucky.
people.
Just truly the trashiest Americans that exist are like
People who
like going there.
people who are going to the Shining Hotel for their summer vacation.
Completely, and like I don't mean this to be mean, but people who have zero culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not that I'm claiming to be any sort of bastion of higher culture. I just
Yes,
watched
but like
the
but
seventh Fast and the Furious movie.
True normies. Like the word normie gets thrown around a lot now,
Yeah.
but like actual full-on normies, like who have never sought out anything that was not just shown to them.
Exactly, and it was an interesting experience, and I had to just let go. I just had to let go.
You had to
Where I'm
embrace
like,
it.
I forgot it was my birthday for one. Where I'm like, because why would I even fucking keep track anymore? But I realized like halfway through the day, I'm like, wait a minute, this is my fucking birthday. So anyway, we ended up going to Rocky Mountain National Park, and we're driving through the most unbelievable natural beauty that exists in the whole country.
Yeah.
Just sheer rock faces. Everywhere you turn is a rock. A rock. That's true. That's true. Rocks. Every sorts of. I mean, factually accurate, but elk and moose and deer and all of like this ridiculous natural beauty. And the entire time, I'm so car sick. I can barely keep it together. We have to stop the car every 10 minutes because I'm about to throw up.
Why? What?
Like I have to get out of the car.
Just for being like were you in a back seat or something? Were you trying to read?
No, I was in the passenger seat. I think the elevation might have had something to do with it. But yeah, my dad was driving, and I'm like, Dad, if you let me drive, I'll be okay. He's like, sorry, your name's not on the rental. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding
God.
me? Oh my God, this Boy Scout ass motherfucker won't let me drive the car. What the fuck what in the name of cracker ass is going on here? Where you won't even let me drive? Oh, what am I gonna fucking drive into a cliff face?
Well,
like,
and then get stuck there so that you can't just like switch seats.
Your name's not on the fucking rental. It's like if we're in a scenario where I can't get out and switch seats with you, we're far more concerned about the fact that we're in a life or death scenario.
Both of our legs are gone.
Like unfucking real. And it's like just one of those. I mean, my dad's a true boomer. You know, he was born 54, so like he's like, you know, he's got the boomer derangement where he's so post World War II that he has to obey every single rule as closely as he can. It's like it's insane, you know, it's insane. So we're there for like an hour, you know, total in this park that you could spend 5 weeks at, not see half of it, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went and did that. So we were in Colorado for a wedding of a close family friend. And we got invited to go to the rehearsal dinner, and we're in Colorado, so we have to go to a dispensary and get weed. And
good night, brother. Watch the recording. Listen later. It's cool. Yes, you're smoking weed at the.
So I have to get
people.
weed, and I go to the dispensary and ask explicitly for the lowest potency weed they can give me.
I was thinking the other day. I was like, I finally like was just like curious and looked up like, is weed even legal here? And it turns out it is. It's weird that I just haven't heard about that at all.
I have a story about that as well.
But there's just like dispensaries around here, and I was looking at like their online catalog. I was like, I'm gonna have to go there and ask for. Yeah, like they sell like Delta 9 gummies or whatever. I don't even know if they sell actual weed, but whatever. But I would have to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take the weakest ones. Pretend I'm an old man, please.
So I got the weakest weed they could sell me, and my mom and I get together and we take a puff a piece off of this joint, and I am stoned for 6 hours. Not even joking.
I believe. Of course, I believe you. It's happened to me.
I took one puff off this weed, and I'm like, oh.
I took one puff off this weed.
And then I'm going to bed later. I'm like, there's no way I'm still fucking stoned. And sure enough, I totally was. Go ahead.
What's the tweet? Oh, I consider mids loud. I get fully destroyed off half a hit of that booty shit.
Absolutely. Oh my god! As it turns out, yeah. So I'm wrecked, and I am at like probably like a solid 10 out of 10 going to this event where it's the rehearsal dinner.
Wait, the event? What is this? The next day?
This is the rehearsal dinner. I'm at a 10 out of 10 going to the rehearsal dinner, which was 3 hours after I smoked weed.
Oh, okay. Okay, 3 hours.
So
nice.
I am interacting with people that we went to high school with.
Oh god, you smoked weed knowing there was stuff you had to do later. That's terrifying.
The stuff I had to do was just socialize. That was it.
I mean, that's the worst. That's the worst scenario.
So I am zooted.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to people that we graduated high school with that I have not seen in 10 years. And I am like, I'm holding my own for most of the night. Everything's going pretty well. I'm like, I think I'm keeping together like a normal person. And then after, like, I figured, I'm like, okay, this will be pretty funny if I do this like this. So everything's going pretty well. There's a slight lull in the conversation for about like 5 seconds. And I'm like, guys, I gotta be straight with you. I'm so stoned right now. I can barely stand up. It was like, I just have to be honest about it, you know? The next day at the wedding,
were people receptive to that? Were like,
oh yeah, they thought it was funny.
Oh yeah,
it's like who cares? You know, it's like it's a rehearsal dinner. There's no sort of like obligation to do anything. Right, yeah,
it's just rehearsal.
So then at the wedding the next day, I brought 3 joints with me.
You're like, I need more of that.
So I thought it'd be really funny. So
it's always funny before, and you're like, it'd be funny if everyone got really high. And it's like,
so at the wedding, I didn't smoke until probably like an hour into the reception, and then I got like, I'm like sitting around, I'm talking to people, just kind of being normal for a bit, and I'm like, do you guys want to go smoke some weed? And they're like, oh sure, let's go. So it was by this gorgeous river. This absolutely gorgeous river near this lovely cliff face. So we go down by the river and spark up, and then 12 other people come down. And so it's like 16 people smoking weed by this river, passing 3 joints around, and I thought it was just me. I'm like, I must just be such a lightweight. It's crazy. And it like after about like 15 minutes,
then everyone's talking cheerfully, and then just dolly zoom.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back. And then I go off to the bar to get a drink, and I get caught up in a conversation.
You're suddenly just in the desert. You look around, and you're like, wait a second, I thought the fucking bar was over here.
Well, it's not even me. It's like, so I go to the bar and get a drink, and I get caught up in a couple conversations, and then it's like, oh, it's an hour later, and I'm like, oh my god, I wonder how everybody's doing. I go back down to the side of the river. Nobody's moved an inch. Nobody has moved an inch. And I'm like, are you guys okay? They're like, dude, we're too stoned to leave.
These are all people like our age?
I mean, almost all of them are people we went to high school with, including the salutatorian of our class.
Oh my god!
So the reason I even went down there was because they were about to do speeches. So I'm like,
oh god!
And so like I'm like, the crowd is really thin right now. I'm like, holy shit, nobody's left. They're just standing there, and they are like just fucking gone. And a lot of them were in the wedding party, so they've been drinking since like 11 in the morning. So I had to wrangle them and bring them back up. It was pretty good, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was a trip. It was. I'm glad that I was not the only one that ended up getting way too stoned. Yeah. And I'm glad I did it the night before at the rehearsal dinner and not at the wedding. Because the end of the night comes around, and so it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm by far the most sober person there. And
Wow.
and they're like they have to move stuff out of the venue. They're like it's like oh the buses are here, but you can't get on the buses until you clear all the shit out of the venue. So I ended up having to wrangle everybody and like coordinate like the exfiltration process from the venue. It was pretty fucking funny. Anyway, that's enough stories about just getting drunk and high. I had a good ass time in Colorado. The food sucks there though.
I mean, like you had multiple bad food experiences, or just like this one wedding?
Not that the food is bad. It's just that I live in a place where the food is really good. So
Oh,
I was
not enough cheese.
yeah, peso is what we call it actually. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
uh, yeah, thank you.
That is just Spanish for cheese, though.
Apology accepted.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you make cooking? Usually we talk about what we've been cooking before we start, but I want to talk about it now.
Um, I went to that birthday party a week ago, and I received a ton of leftover barbecue in Tupperware. And I just
Oh,
finished that.
where
That was
from?
good. From the only big barbecue place in this city.
Is it Dino
It is Dino. Dino's
or was the
barbecue.
other one Sticky Lips? Is that
Oh
the other
yeah.
one?
No, it was Dino's catering from Dino.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was delicious, although very heartburn inducing.
Oh yeah.
I woke up the day after that. I woke up like at like 8 in the morning on a whatever it was, a Sunday, because my chest was on fire. But it was very tasty though. And then that's it really. I don't know.
I just made one of my favorite chicken dishes to make, which is like a dry curry. It's like a Pakistani dry curry, and that is just heartburn city. It is like
Mm,
straight up just put 18, 19 serrano chili peppers into this bowl, and then put the chicken in there with it. Good luck, motherfucker. And yeah, that's that. You have to pace yourself with that stuff. It does. You can't really dig too deep on that. Damn, I can go for some barbecue right now.
Didn't you say you went to the dispensary with your mom?
Yeah.
Did she help you pick it out?
No. She was just wanting to come in.
Oh, okay.
She paid for it though.
Oh, nice.
My dad came in too. My dad, when we got there, there was the green cross on the door. He's like, no, this is a medical dispensary. And I'm like, no, Dad, it's not a why the fuck would there be a medical dispensary anymore?
What even is a medical dispense? Like,
For when weed was only legal medically, where you had to
oh, I
get like a
see.
green card, whatever the fuck they called it,
Yeah.
and once he realized, so we went in, and then he realized after everybody's like, okay, it's an actual, you can just go in there and get weed for recreational use. He came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a trip. It was like the exact right amount of time for me to be around my family. I can't do more than like 2 days anymore. It drives me insane. It's it's so, and I consider myself very lucky in that like I think both my parents are pretty easy to be around. It's just I cannot stand being around my immediate family for more than a couple of days anymore, just because I need my space.
Yeah, it's a good amount of time.
Is anything else even happening? We
Um,
talked the great Reddit revolution of 2023.
oh yeah, Reddit's pretty funny. Um,
I salute all of them and their efforts to
yeah,
fight the good fight.
yeah, I really just hope it gets completely fucking destroyed, all of it.
I was thinking about how I wish the internet didn't exist. Um, which, yeah, if the internet never existed and it was all, and you had to just go to your local anime store and spend $45 on
On a
a
keychain.
6 DVD set. Yeah, the keychain. Yeah, you have to spend $180 to watch the first 4 episodes of Samurai Champloo on DVD. You know, um, I guess you got to take the better with the better.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an anime convention, a big one going on right now, which we're not at because it's in California.
Mhm.
I don't even know actually how big it is. It's called Offkai, but I just saw a clip of it was a tweet warning people that there is an impersonator at Offkai. A guy was going around pretending to be a YouTube channel and like introducing themselves to people, and people knew who they were, and it was just totally someone else. And everyone was very angry about it, and I think that's very funny. I think that's a funny bit.
What is there to be angry about?
I mean, they were impersonating a different person, but it's like an anonymous. It's just a username, so it's like. I think that's why it makes it funny. I think is because like you can just pretend to be someone like with a fake name, you know.
We absolutely need to go to one of these. I would love to go to an anime convention again.
Oh, and they're the best.
Being just the single most fit guy there is
and
must
just
be so
by far
exciting.
the most well-adjusted like normal person. It's almost dangerous.
God.
I just
What
want
a
to
scale.
fucking shout at people. It's all I can to not be like like openly hostile to people. I have to try and keep it as good natured as I can, because you could just say or do anything to people. They won't, nothing will happen.
Like at this point in time, I'm an anime convention 10. Like that's that's
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how to use that exactly. But I'm sure there is a way to use that to my own benefit. I should fuck all the VTuber voice actresses. I could probably swing that. Where it's like, hey, I don't smell. That must be a nice novelty for you.
That's the only reason to go.
It's like you literally have not interacted with anybody who doesn't have severe BO in 3 years. As far as you're concerned, the world smells like BO. Because that's the only thing you see. You get your groceries delivered to your 2-bedroom apartment. You're worth $300,000, but you don't know what to do with it because you have to sit behind a computer for 12 hours a day, pretending to be an English girl. So it's like honestly, I think I should go there looking for a sugar mama.
That's not true. I was trying to figure out if there was an anime con in Austin. It's like see if I could go down there, and I found one, but it became very obvious over the course of browsing a few pages on its website that it is entirely aimed at black people. There's like a black focused anime convention in Austin.
Well, I don't see what the problem is.
Well, that kind of defeats the main draw for me of going to an anime con, which is being top dog.
Have you interacted with any black anime people recently? I think you're probably still top dog.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to test the waters there. I feel
no, you know what it is you don't
more
want to get
comfortable around
anybody
white
else's
dorks.
bullshit. You don't want to let them have their hustle. Like it's like they can have their own hustle. I don't need to be a part separate but equal hustles for anime conventions.
Oh, no.
where I respect it. Game recognized game. Like
it's a bunch of Mario Judas walking around.
All they want to do is play Street Fighter, and I get that.
Oh,
it's probably pretty fun. Street Fighter and Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're the only subsection that don't love big white women. They're really more into the small ones, from my understanding.
So?
But
yeah,
interesting. I'm not an expert by any means, and I welcome any sort of correction. I'm merely just reflecting on my own lived experiences. I can't say objectively that's the case.
Yep.
Off Kai, huh?
That's true. Yes.
But
you know what? The most important thing I have to talk about is that I watched a movie.
What movie did you watch?
Steven and I, have you seen Mr. Michael Bay's Pain and Gain?
No, I have not.
That movie is fucking incredible.
I've heard as much.
That might be the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. It's it's perfect for Michael Bay's style, because it's just a fucking like like coke bender fever dream of a 90s bent. It's so good. Oh my god. That movie's so fucking good.
I've heard that from everybody that's seen it that I know. They talk about, they're like, yeah, no, Pain and Gain's fucking a terrific movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like, you know, you're used to The Rock being like, you know, that one guy in every movie, and he still sort of is, but there's a lot of good. He has good. There's some good like more flavor to his character in that one, and just so many of the line deliveries are so fucking so good.
Well, he's a terrific actor. He has such screen presence in everything that he does. I just saw the seventh Fast and the Furious movie again.
Yeah.
That's the one where he calls everybody woman the entire time.
I don't remember that aspect of the film, but
yeah.
interesting.
Go on. Do you have more to say about Pain and Gain, please? Please let me know.
Oh God.
I should watch it at least, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
I don't know. I forgot everything I was gonna say about it, but it's damn. That's damn nice. That's like,
That's
it's
good.
like it's like because everything everyone said about it was like, the thing is like it's almost it's I don't know, fuck it, it's good.
I'll watch it. Yeah. I watched the seventh Fast and the Furious movie.
I feel like you do this every month. I don't understand how.
No, I just did the
still
sixth
happening.
one. I understand once you break through the fifth one, they all feel the same. Like there's
a
just
little bit.
there's
No,
the
seven's a pretty memorable one.
7 is off the wall. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Because it's James Wan did this one, so it's like
Yes.
it.
I feel like hasn't he done a bunch of them or no?
No, Justin Lin did a bunch.
Oh, I got
James-
my white first name, Asian last name guys mixed up.
Understandable. I'm sure they did too. But
I don't think they did.
but it might be the best one. I mean, obviously Tokyo Drift is always number one, so you have to remove it from the equation. But it might be the best Fast and the Furious movie. It is.
Yeah, I mean, seven's the
out.
emotional core.
It is cracked out. It is
That
like,
too.
because every time I finish one, I'm like, how the fuck do they top that? 6 has it has a lot of great sequences. It's got obviously Vin Diesel's character careening between two bridges to save his beloved in spectacular fashion. He launches himself off of a car and catches his beloved midair. It's also got Vin Diesel driving a car out of the front of an AC-130 as it's about to take off. But 7 is
So
off
7.
fucking chain.
They go to Dubai. Right?
Yes, actually Abu Dhabi, not Dubai. But
okay.
Effectively Dubai. Yeah. And they drive one hypercar between 3 buildings.
Yes.
There's the sequence where they
Is the
drive
bad guy
out of
Jason
a
Statham's
plane.
brother?
Jason Statham is officially the villain in 7. So Jason Statham's brother is in 6. So
Jason Statham
is
is the brother.
yes, correct.
Wait, that's not. I can't believe I misremembered that. I feel like it's totally the opposite, but I guess that.
Well, it's because the other guy is like a villain of the week, like British guy, and then Jason
But then they
Statham
bring in
is
a bigger
Jason
name.
Statham.
Yeah. Okay. So at the
Right.
end, it's the end of 6 where we get the flashback to the end of
Yes.
Tokyo Drift. Right. Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, the timelines finally sync up.
Yes.
And so there's that, but there's so many other terrific moments throughout the movie as well. There's this. So Tony Jaa and Paul Walker's corpse are put up against each other a number of times throughout the movie, where they have them face off in like karate matches, basically. And the final confrontation is such. I mean, I've never seen a Western movie with such tight fight choreography in my life. It is terrific. It is just fabulously executed action sequence fight choreography shit. But also, The Rock is in the movie. It's got the
Yep.
sequence where The Rock breaks his cast off. For like, he stands up out of his hospital bed, flexes his cast off of his arm, and then goes out into the city to find the fight.
Oh, is that the one where he ends up with a minigun? Or is that 8?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
okay, that's 7. Okay.
Oh God.
That's the one where like does someone stomp and someone falls through a roof or something?
That Vin Diesel does this. Vin Diesel does that to
That's in
Jason
7.
Statham.
Yeah, I saw a clip of that recently, and someone speculated that was because they both are contractually they can't lose a fight in a movie, so they only have to like get separated in the fight.
Vin Diesel doesn't have a scratch on him. He's taking pipes to the face. Like, the entire movie is getting whacked around, no blood. And then, of course, and then it all culminates in the departure of Paul Walker's character. And nary a dry eye in the room, of course, because how could anybody keep it together during a moment like that? Really, the further I get in,
I
it's
hope
like
in 20 years they re-release it with a different song over the end there.
it's unbelievable that Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris don't have their own movie. Their chemistry is so good. Like they're in those roles, you know. It's they're both so beautiful in the movies, and they're like the beating heart of the movies. Really, is those two. Because it doesn't matter what's going on in the rest of the movie. Once those two enter the picture, I'm in.
They're the bros. Yeah.
In. So I'm afraid that 8 will be the one that finally disappoints me on review. So far, I have enjoyed pretty much every single movie more than I thought I would. Except for Tokyo Drift. I know exactly what that movie is, of course.
Yeah. I bet.
But yeah, 7's my favorite of the post Tokyo Drift movies so far.
Yeah, definitely.
There's your bi-monthly update on fucking Fast and Furious. Still
Fast
the best.
10 theater status.
Oh, let's find out. Because we're less than a month out. I'm up. I need to be in town by like the 6th, so I still haven't booked my flights, but I'm gonna do that here shortly, probably tomorrow. Let's see, fast.
Okay, there's a few theaters nearby.
Oh my God! At least it's on home media at the very least. So like, if it does end up being, yeah, it's already out on home media. So
oh my God,
if we have to, we can. I'd love to see it in theater, but
you were talking about how the Flash movie was being called mediocre, and I have seen some clips from cam rips of that shit that are pretty fucking unbelievable, man. So I don't know.
The reviews are mediocre. I don't. Tell me what unbelievable means.
I'm seeing action sequences that look like a CW show, like a cheap one, like a bad one, and fucking just like nightmarish. Like the CG is like the background's all fucking fake, whatever. But like people's proportions are wrong, and like the acting's weird. People just going no. And at one point, he puts a baby in a microwave. And I couldn't tell why it was happening.
I hope we're able to watch that on home media when we hang out. That would be awesome.
Yeah. That seems pretty nuts. I don't know. I remembered one thing I wasn't gonna say about Pain and Gain, which is one of the funnier bits, is that like in every scene, the Rock is like a born again Christian felon. And in every scene, he's wearing like a different, like cheesy, like Bible camp T-shirt that says something on it. It's always like a really tight T-shirt that has like a little cartoon.
Nice.
I don't know, that's just one of the many funny bits in the film. Yeah, I think that's all I had.
That's everything that's going on in my life, and that was a
Great.
kind of. Oh, I'm officially getting sued, but I
Can you not talk about it until the proceedings are finished?
it's a frivolous lawsuit, but yeah,
Another
no, I
one?
probably no, it's the same one that's
Oh,
officially gone
really?
to. Yeah, it's the same one, but it's officially like they've filed a complaint. So
He
I'll
actually
talk.
pursued that? Holy fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
Yeah,
fucking
no,
moron.
no, straight up. It's like you like this person does not understand that they're gonna end up owing me money. That's the thing where it's like you don't get it. You turn over this rock, you owe me money already.
Don't you have
Period.
to countersue to get money? Is that or,
It's gonna get settled. Is what's gonna happen. It's gonna get settled out of court. So we'll see what happens.
wait,
Anyway,
settling would be you paying him. That's what
like,
a settlement
it's
is.
I I'm going to offer a solution, but that I'll tell you about that in 2 months. It's every 2 months there's some sort of update on that. That happened today. That's why I had to push back by a little bit.
Oh my god.
This fucking moron wants to continue this ridiculous lawsuit.
That's
Anyway.
that's so insane.
It is. It's insane, is what it is. And I was looking at the attorney, and the attorney is most of their work has been done in the realm of custody cases. They
Not a
have no
divorce
history
lawyer.
of entertainment law. Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
fucking divorce lawyer to take up their entertainment case. Ridiculous.
I hope it's there. I hope
Um,
it's his divorce lawyer.
Anyway, time to get down to what really matters, which is the comforting embrace of the year 2003.
Oh, take me back. Yes, we are continuing shows that are multiples of 10 years old. This week is 2003, and we decided to watch a very 2003 show, Battle Programmer Shirase. And we thought it looked 2003 because it seems very otaku pandery. It's about computers. It's got girls. And that's it. And we were right.
Yes, but not in the way that I thought we would be right.
No?
I thought we were going to get a lot of references to otaku culture. I thought we were going to get a lot of like, this is the episode about this kind of fandom.
Yeah,
This is
not
like-
as much. Yeah, there's no episode where they go to Tokyo Big Sight, and cosplay.
No, it's I hesitate to say grounded because its pants on head retarded. The whole concept of the show is ludicrous, but it's not. It's not Komu, what is it? A Nurse Witch Komugi-chan sort of like just reference off sort of affair. It's more about the surrounding elements of being an otaku, I guess.
It's interesting that they it's almost a more modern, like he's just sort of passively an anime otaku, but it doesn't come up that much. He's just kind of, he likes computers, he likes technology stuff. So they don't try it. Yeah, I said pandering, but really they actually don't try too hard to pander, which is unusual for the time period.
You know what I fucking like about this show? I like that it doesn't care if I like it. It's doing its shit every single fucking trip. It is 5 3-episode arcs. And once you're done with the first one, you get what the gimmick is. But I wasn't bored with it at any point. Why does it work so well? Because I have to be honest, I really like this. I really like the show.
Yes, I liked it. Do I think it's good? I don't know, but I liked it.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That was where I was at by the end of I'm like, I know exactly where this is going. And I've seen the same gag 4 times, but I don't even care. It's comforting. It's like it's so easy to watch.
That's
It's
exactly what I was going to say. It's strange. One of those shows that's just strangely watchable, and you can't really articulate why.
I can't say anything bad about it. Every time I try to think about things that I'm like, it's like what am I doing criticizing this? It's like what a waste of energy. The show doesn't care. Like why the show knows exactly what it is. It's so competently made too. It's just so like I don't know. Go on. Talk about it a little bit more. I have to assemble my thoughts on this.
Okay. Yes, 2003. It's an anime TV series. Somehow it's not listed as an OVA, even though originally I read that it was released as 15 12-minute episodes, or 15 12-minute episodes, I think. All the releases I found were delineated as 5 regular length episodes, or slightly long episodes. 5 26-minute episodes.
I watched it as 15 12-minute episodes.
Oh, you did?
So,
okay.
Yeah, I did. And it made it so easy to digest.
Oh, I bet. I mean, it was digestible. I watched it double length. Yeah, I watched it in longer than normal length episodes, and it was still very, very, digestible. So that was probably.
And listener, you know us. Like, listener, you understand who we are as people. Even things that we really like, it feels difficult to watch 12 episodes of it. You know what I mean?
We're very old.
We're like,
Give us a break.
God, it's like, I have to sit down and watch this show. I have to watch A Place Further Than the Universe, which is something I think is really good.
I love this so much, but there's Twitter. Oh,
yeah. I
should spend 2 hours making and eating food. Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I need to really refine my curry recipe right now. It's like
I should refresh YouTube and see if there's one new video to watch.
Is Reddit done yet? Is it done with the?
Yeah, I need to go to r/Sharpie in pooper.
Did you have
hot new posts?
Did you see the ED and the OP are the same then? Did you have the la 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 ED? That was the only difference, is that they were split up into 15 episodes rather than 5.
Yeah, yes, I saw that. ED. Yeah.
Cool. I figured if you did, you would get my perfect rendition. But
did you notice that the opening is Never Gonna Give You Up?
No, I did not.
It's they're going da 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 da.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, I was like, what does this sound like? Hit me like a sack of bricks.
So, who are our characters? We have the titular battle programmer Shirase.
BPSU, yes.
Who is a neat-ish, genius sort of prodigy of hacking.
Yes, he is a programmer. He describes himself as a free programmer. I'm not really sure what that means. If that means free as in gratis or free as in freedom. This is AIC, by the way. Sometimes it's listed as AIC and Gansys. Gansys is usually just credited with production rather than animation production, so I don't know what they were doing. Directed by Hiroyuki Hayashi, who directed something that I've looked into before called Explorer Woman Ray. Kind of curious as to what that is.
Woman Ray.
And is original creator of Magical Project S, which might not ring a bell at all, but if you look it up, you'll be like, oh, right, that character, which is what happened to me. And so Magical Project S is a spin-off of a show called Mahou Shoujo Pretty Sammy, and they both share a character, Misao Amano, who is basically the other main character of this show. So, who I have on the screen right now.
Wait, this is a spin-off?
No, it shares a character, though.
Oh, I see, okay.
Magical Project S, which this director created, is itself a spin-off of a show I think he didn't create, Mahou Shoujo Pretty Sammy. Which, do you recognize the girl with like the blue twin tails? You know?
I don't.
You know?
That's a great design, though. Wow.
How do you not? Have you never seen her? But yeah. Oh, and guess guess where Amano makes a cameo? in the final OVA of Dual Parallel Trouble Adventure.
Jesus Christ.
Time loop. Help. So, yeah, it's all connected. Also directed Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. Not the original Bubblegum Crisis. He storyboarded that one. Yes. So, yeah, our characters are basically Shirase and this girl who is his great niece, even though he's only like at the most 15 years older than her, maybe.
So she's an elementary school child. She's like got to be 4th grade.
Oh, so she's not even middle school? Did they say elementary school?
They explicitly said that she's not in middle school because she has the teacher, the sex pervert teacher, is trying to hook her up with this middle school kid, and it's like, oh, he's more mature. He's in middle school.
Okay,
and
so in Japan, high school starts when you're 15, which I think means middle school starts when you're 12, because they only have 3 years each. So at the oldest, she's 12.
Yeah, so
9 to 12, we'll say.
So he's I think
Or 10
did
to
they
12.
say he's 26?
Oh,
Did they say he was? Yeah, I think they say he's 26.
Late 20s for sure. But yeah, okay. That sounds about right.
Yes.
Okay. Mystery solved. So I don't know how that works. Later in the show, he has a sister who appears to be 30 years older than him. I don't know how that works either. Unless he just calls her Nason, but she's actually his aunt.
No, that is his sister. So
yeah, I mean, I don't really.
Yeah.
Half sister? I don't know.
I have aunts where it's like, okay, one of my aunts is 72, and one of my aunts is like 54. So it's like from the same family. So it's not that unbelievable, you know. Like there were some weird ass families like there where they really, really space them out, kind of weird.
But that's still around 20 years. I mean, this is an old lady who's his sister. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, what's the youngest she could possibly be? He's 26. Maybe she's 50. That's still a long. That's a wide gap.
I fucked a chick in college whose dad had her when he was like 50. Like 45 or maybe even 50. Like she like. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the dad can be old, but when you have to have 2 kids like that far apart. It's not
you have a kid at 25, and then you have a kid at 50. That's
women can't have a kid
years.
at 50.
Men can.
I mean, if it's a half sibling, then sure, anything's possible if you share a dad. But I'm saying I think this is a full on sibling, or it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Maybe the mom's 18 when she has the first one, and then she's 42 when she has the second one. I don't know.
I think that's still not enough time. That's I guess maybe the only possibility, but that's quite a.
This is also a Japanese woman, so like that's extremely old.
Oh yeah,
like
that's a Japanese. She's graying. She's fucking 90.
Anyway, about the semantics of exactly how old his sister is. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he lives in this this basic apartment that's managed by another relative. They're all related. I don't know. That's actually sounds like a pretty sick setup. This is just like, yeah, this is when I say otaku pandering, it's really just nerd. This is really what I was hoping to the lifestyle I was hoping to get becoming a computer programmer is just women are telling you how wet your code makes them, and everything just sort of gets paid for, and you don't really have to do anything. And every day you walk, you get home, and there's just a girl in an apron. You know,
you get home, and then the military needs you.
Yeah.
Like,
it's played so straight. Like it's not like there's it's a comedy, but the parts where he does the most ridiculous parts, the parts where he literally saves the world and blows up satellites with computer powers from a cell phone, those are the parts that are played the most straight.
Absolutely.
And it's not even like over the top. It's not like epic. It's like it almost feels obligatory. Like there's so little fanfare given to it. Like it's so not bombastic like you'd think it would be. It's weird. It's very weird tonally. A lot of this, even though I like it, it feels weirdly half baked because I honestly liked the parts with just the characters interacting more, and then when they get, it feels like they like are forced to get to the part where he just does some crazy thing, every episode. They just kind of try to get it over with.
This is an odd statement to make, but the madcap antics are so even keeled that there's no like you don't. That was all I had. That's all. It's extremely it's extremely comforting to watch because you know the formula, you know where the episode's going. Battle program Shirase is going to come with it. There's very little actual. All of the conflict is social. There's no like he's going to solve whatever major issue is going on. It's almost like he's disinterested, so the show is disinterested.
Yeah.
It's like he's only in there so he can get the special DVD drive or whatever the fuck because he doesn't work for money. He only works for
they're always getting them,
incentives.
Yeah, rare stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first episode, starts off in America, in Seattle.
Yes.
There's, and also this is something I did like, is this might be like a coincidence, but this first sort of scene revolves around this thing getting shipped via BHL, which is an obvious, like DHL, and I was like, man, even 20 years ago, like this is my exact experience ordering with DHL. Like, first of all, I wouldn't even know about DHL if it wasn't for anime merchandise. And just like, peeking out the door and someone asking for your signature, I was like, wow, nothing's changed.
Why would it?
I guess, yeah. But then, Shirase's, why did the sign outside that restaurant say small breast restaurant?
I didn't see that. No,
that's what mine subbed it as. I don't know what, is it?
Oh,
maybe it could
God.
be read that way. I don't.
When were your subs from, do you think? Because mine are ancient. I had
you had some shitty
stuff.
You had some shitty shit.
Well,
no, I had a more recent release, I think. I don't know when the subs were from, but
constant translator's note at the top of the screen, and it was cracking me up every single. I think that was part of my enjoyment, is that it's like translator's note. It's like that. Yes, that is a police car. So the teacher character at one point steals a police bicycle. And the translator's note, like that, but translator's note, this means police bicycle. Yes, the teacher just stole a police bicycle! ! And I was like, it made it so enjoyable.
That is classico. No, mine were actually pretty competent.
No, it happened like at least 3 times an episode. They would have a translator note at the top of the screen. It's like translator note. Kohai means superior. For like whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I only had a couple. No, Kohai's the inverse of senpai.
Oh, we don't even have that in the title of this episode. Oh shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Podcaster.
Yeah, podcaster.
Well, it's funny to hear that you had good subs. Yeah, I just got the most available on the website that I was using, and
nice.
I think it amplified my enjoyment. Personally,
yeah, that's a good classic. That's if you're looking for the true 2003 experience, then absolutely. I mean,
I wonder if I could find that.
At that point, I think fan subs were like, you either bought them like burned onto onto like a DVD, or you downloaded them on an IRC channel. Actually no, they had torrents back then. I wonder how easy it was to find them though.
These torrents were done by these subs were done by Flux.
Oh yeah, those are the oldest ones, I think. Because I'm looking at, on Anime Bytes it's 2009, but I think they must be from before that. None of the example screenshots have any of the TL notes. Bummer.
No, I don't have any of the. Let's see. Thanks to Flux for English translation. Smiley face.
Translation. Yeah, the first thing he gets found by a military guy in this restaurant, and he's typing with his mouse. He got the big trackpad mouse or trackball mouse, and he pays him with a SCSI card that does something. I don't know. And so yes, we brought up this show's very formulaic, and the most consistent piece of the formula is that every episode there is a gokai, there's a misunderstanding in which the guy giving him the job finds him in a compromising position with a young lady. And I thought it was an okay bit at first. I don't know why he has to give the exact same speech every time. I think it would be funnier if he gave a different speech every time, because he goes on this huge monologue about how he has to ignore this incident for the greater good. And I was like, okay, that's okay. But he says the exact same lines, and it goes on for like 30 seconds every single time. And I was like, why can't he should have a different justification, or at least name a different celebrity that he would want to fuck every time, you know?
They put the laugh track in there at the end too.
And then he ends it, and they play a laugh track. It's weird. Some of these jokes feel like jokes that you would have with your buddies that wouldn't make sense to other people. Like some dudes came up with this, and then it doesn't like come across. I'm trying to think of the one. I can't remember the one I was thinking of. Shit. Well, yeah, but they're just some of them are kind of out there. You know?
Yeah, no, it's there's definitely somebody getting enjoyment out of putting the same 30-second joke into every episode. Like, somebody is like, I can't believe that I've gotten in this position with this retarded otaku anime to where I can put this same joke in every time that's funny for 10 people, you know? I liked it. It's part of the formula. It's like you get to that point in the episode, it's like, brain turns off. And
yeah, I feel like a child watching, you know, Blue's Clues, and it's like, oh, it's this song. Great. Again.
Yeah. It's like that period when they would put on the episode of Jimmy Neutron where it's the Phantom of Retroland. And I've seen that episode 50,000 times, so I don't have to use any part of my brain. I just see the colors go on the screen. You know, it's like,
of course, jingle keys.
It's good. Anyway, yeah. So they have the misunderstanding. They have the bit about the whatever authority figure is ignoring the misunderstanding because they need battle programmer Shirase for something.
Yes, they need him. And so yeah, in the first episode, he fights a supercomputer. Well, first a building explodes.
Yes.
To let you know where we're starting from. Our starting point. Someone makes a building explode with a computer. And then Shirase fights them from his phone in like a park. And they play Hanna-Barbera sound effects. And that's kind of it. Another recurring bit is that whenever someone asks what he does, he says computer stuff, which is also what I do. So I again relate to this.
Pretty much accurate, you know. It's not that far off the mark.
Fully accurate. Episode...
I think it's his demeanor. I think it's it's the fact that
he's always in like neat lethargy mode.
It just makes all of the conflicts that are like life and death so much more palatable in this gag comedy. Where you're able to just be like, it's like he's gonna get it. You know, you don't have to think about it at all.
Yeah, there's never they never break the formula with a moment where Shirase is like, huh? And he has to like try. Like he always wins. In episode 2, I was going huge brain here. Episode 2 starts out showing this whole logging operation. I was like, Is this a pun? Logging computers? Huh? Logging information? But then I guess it's just it's leading up to him buying like a Dojin. I do like the idea of having a bit where it's like you show the entire like industrial process of going from tree to paper, and then just having some like trying to shoot a balled up piece of paper into the into the trash and just going fuck, and that's the whole.
Well, the all of the so first of all, a living thing dies.
Yeah,
and then also the living thing is processed into a piece of pornographic material that you'll forget about. It's like it's all like it's like something has to die so that you can bust.
Every time.
No, it's good. It is. It's like it's moments like that where you're like, somebody's behind the wheel here. This isn't. This is not completely moronic. Why isn't it? How does it work? How does the balancing act?
They knew what they were doing back then.
The balancing act works so beautifully, where it's like it's just it's almost a perfect piece of brainless entertainment, and that like it doesn't really stimulate your brain in the way that like a great piece of art does, but it also doesn't demean you in the way that like truly crappy media does. It's like the perfect median between those, where you don't have to engage with it in any sort of cerebral way at all. It just merely entertains you for the in my case 12 minutes that the episode is on. In your case, the 26 minutes that the episode is on. It's there's no lesson, there's no moral, there's no attempt at any
things
sort of
happening
statement.
in the episode don't like play into the conclusion, the solution to whatever the problem is. And it's everything that happens is so simple that like you can just stop paying attention during the parts that aren't fan servicey where people are talking, and you'll be fully up to speed. It won't be like annoying where you'll be like not knowing what's going on.
What I missed? Yeah, you didn't miss shit. It's like you know exactly where you are, motherfucker. You're watching Battle Pro. This should be the most popular show of this decade, because it's especially in the 12-minute format that I watched it in, where it's like nothing has been more digestible. I powered through this. I was astonished that
it's like a Strike Witches level of digestibility. That's Strike Witches is the record holder. It's the Hall of Fame #1 for most watchable thing ever. But this is definitely up there.
It's like you don't even. I typically, regardless of the quality of the show that I'm watching for this podcast, I'll get on a good night I can do 3 episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with this, I was like, well, I guess I'll just watch half of the show in one sitting. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I'm just entertained. Like, I don't have to. It's like, this is great. This is such a good like reprieve from everything else going on. Is this the most perfect piece of brainless entertainment that I've seen in 5 years? Maybe. Because other shows that I've seen that like I can recommend that are like, this is pretty digestible and easy, want something from me.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't. This only wants to give, man.
Yeah, in episode 2, the Navy's here. There's some stolen plutonium. His reward in this one is an LD-ROM player or writer or something, reader, which is the Pioneer Laser Active, which was a cross-platform video game console. LD-ROM. It was the Laserdisc people. The Laserdisc people made their own CD alternative. It was LD. I think it could hold less stuff actually, but I don't know. Weirdly enough, I think I was reading LD-ROM was like a consumer variation of the LV-ROM, which was entirely created just to store like the British archives, like their equivalent of like the Library of Congress or something. It was weird, or like video content.
here are some major titles released on this in the United States.
On what,
Number one,
LD-ROM?
yes.
Ooh.
Well, there was a prototype of Myst that got released.
Oh, great.
Um,
Everything has to have mist on it.
3D Museum,
It's probably a lot
uh,
like mist.
Don Quixote, A Dream in Seven Crystals, Ghost Rush! Exclamation point.
It's a Kojima
I
game.
I will. The story of London. Melon Brains. Space Berserker.
That sounds
And
pretty
then
sick.
This did not get released in the United States or Australia, coincidentally, but the game is 3D Virtual Australia.
I think that's
And
called
to
Daggerfall.
do that, to do that, you needed a Sega expansion and also the Goggles expansion. So,
Goggles. What is it, VR?
I guess, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Yes, in this episode, his little niece slash housekeeper, Amano, goes on a school trip, where, so, okay, yeah, here's an important thing to bring up, is you graciously, offered me the 2 female leads in this show.
Yes.
Because you thought
Yes.
that the tomboyish looking girl in the promo art would maybe have a little bit more screen time, and instead of being in like 2 episodes and being actually old and not really a tomboy. That's the teacher, it turns out. She's just in casual clothes in that picture.
I thought it was going to be...
Yours.
thought it would
I
be
win. I win.
This is one of the biggest whiffs I've had in a while.
You fucked yourself so hard, dude.
Oh my god, this drunk bitch.
Oh,
This drunk bimbo is
yes, it's well, I mean, she's not even a bimbo for herself. She's one of those she's the matchmaker teacher. She wants her 9 to 13-year-old kids to fuck each other so bad.
Yeah, she's a disgusting pervert woman, and I really feel like I hitched my cart to the wrong horse here. I felt so good because it's a great design, especially in the promo art. And then there's no sort of sexy material in the entire show. There's nothing alluring about this character. So you can hang your hat on the fact that you got the better
Total
one in
Declan
Battle
victory.
of Shirase. Yeah, I feel like it's rare at this point that I could absolutely sunned on one of these, but I got dunked
You just
on.
fucking vaporized yourself. Oh my god.
Japan just had me. Japan just had me. You know, it's like
So yes, Amano is my sister wife, mine, and she's the best, and I love her. I hate being such a basic bitch, but when I see a girl in an apron, I love it so much, and she's so good. It's not okay. I found the character designs in this show massively appealing. This is, I think, one of the things you were getting at, where this show is just weirdly well put together. Like,
yes.
And this isn't even for the obvious reasons of me being a total sicko freak, but just the characters look so good, even though they're so basic. It's like just the poses and the facial expressions. It's like everything is on point, even in the far away, like low detail shots. Like like everything is fun looking. I don't know how else to explain it.
it scratches
It's
a fundamental
dynamic, and yeah.
It's like immediately recognizable as an era of anime, and well done. Always, it's on model. The main character himself. If you told me this is the main character of a 26 episode long epic saga
True, yeah.
of computer hacking, I'd be like, of course it is. That's Shirase. That's BPS.
That's the guy.
You know,
Yeah.
but
I'm that dude.
back then they didn't distinguish. they would put that level of effort into this dumbass 5 episode long OVA about nothing. And it didn't feel like there's no stooping happening here. The people making this cared. They put all of the effort into all the designs, every second of it. And yeah,
Or they
go
were just
on.
really good and they didn't even need to put that much effort in. I don't
Brag
know.
about
Maybe
it.
it's just
Brag
people
about winning more, I guess. Fucking Christ.
She's mine.
Fucker.
She's adorable and she's mine. See, look at
I don't even
this.
I don't even want her. It's not even that I feel like I lost.
You just
to
didn't
you,
get.
it's-
You just didn't get what you were expecting.
I don't even want her. I just wish that I'd gotten more out of what I had. You know? It's like I thought I was in for a slam dunk, you know? You take a look at the
true.
character designs and you're like, easy, layup, comp.
That's what
Tomboy.
you get. You get too greedy with the calling dibs.
No,
Get you back. Get
I
your
got
butt
what I've
bit.
learned a lesson for sure.
You got to call the farthest back side character in the next show.
Yeah.
Just hope it works out for you. See, look at this. Look at this shot here. This is like a fucking far away ass, but it's you're still look how silly your face is. You know, just doing a fun pose, that type of thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, not the concept or the promo art makes it look like the Digimon crew aged up. It looks like
I also thought it looked a little Digimon-ish. Yeah.
where you're looking at the cast and you're like, these people are going to get into some sort of adventure, but no, they're in a gag comedy. It's like I can't even call it a gag comedy. What
Yeah,
is
it's not
this?
even that silly. It's not even silly enough to be a gag comedy. It's just lighthearted, I guess.
Comedy.
Oh, look at my
It's-
wife's sundress and straw hat.
You
Oh, she's
fucker.
the best.
Oh my god!
She's the best.
Show my wife who drunk in an alley. At least I can
Yeah.
relate.
In a marriage interview
At
with
least-
with another dude.
Fucking A. Yeah, at least I could understand where she's at. I'm like, fuck, I've been there. I was there a week ago in Colorado. Oh my god. They really fetishize
swims.
this character. Yeah, they
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Well,
what do we make
he
of-
deserves
what do
only
we
the
make
best.
of
He's
this
battle
dynamic?
programmer Shirase.
what do we make of this dynamic? What is it's just
It's a pretty common, like, you know, neat guy has innocent younger girl who like cares for him out of concern for him, and he won't take care of himself. The overly motherly / wifely, you know, mature girl, right?
yeah.
I feel like I've seen that before. I can't name where.
Is there not one of those in oh god, what's the show about the homo that goes back in time? That
homo that goes
fucking
back in time?
the fucking pussy who hangs out with Toodaloo. Fucking
Steins Gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayuri. She's almost that, but she is like almost autistic. Like she has like the intelligence of like a child, but she's also like she has moments of insight where she can read people's emotions really well, but it's not quite the same thing. But yeah, I guess you're on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I gave a very apt summary of what Steins Gate is. I'm pretty sure. I'm
She's
pretty
homo.
sure
What did you
it's,
say? Homo that goes back in time and hangs out with Tutudu or whatever.
Yeah,
you said.
yeah. I think that's basically everything
All
I
you,
know about Steins
all you had
Gate.
to say was Tutudu. That would have made it way easier. It was like, wait, homo.
Yeah,
that
I
goes back in time.
apologize
I was like,
for leveraging such a hateful thing because I know that's what you're concerned about is the hateful thing that I just said. It's Japanese Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure is what that is.
yeah, it's
Steins
Doctor Who
Gate.
and The Big Bang Theory. It's like you crossed them right together.
Yeah, we
That's
built
how
the
good
pyramids.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's like Doctor Who. I'm gonna type up an article really quick about how it's like top 10 animes for non-Japanophiles. Number 1, Steins Gate. It's like Big Bang Theory meets Doctor Who.
Yep, meets Sherlock.
There we go. I love these silly faces on these kids in this wide.
Mm-hmm.
Lopsided eyeballs.
Yeah, they're going to swim, or, school trip. I feel like do you wear swim caps in the ocean?
You can.
I mean, I know you can, but like, is there any reason for it? I don't think they're racing. They were just going swimming.
Well, I think the idea of the swim cap is to keep the water out of your hair. So like, if it's like, I guess you have a lot of salt in the water. You don't want salt in your hair.
But even the guys are wearing them. Guys don't care about that shit.
If you're in the pool, you've got chlorine in your hair.
Yeah, this is the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Not only did I not pick a respectable woman, I picked a pervert. I mean, whiffed so hard. She's.
I mean, I don't even know if she's a pervert. Like, what do you call what's Ghislaine Maxwell? What is she? What's the word for her?
I would say that I don't think my description is that far off. But if you want to scrutinize, then she's.
But she's not. A pervert would want to fuck the kids or watch them fuck. She just wants them to be fucked/fucking.
She's in. I don't see what the distinction is. I feel like
I think there's a difference. I think it's a different thing when you have a personal investment in it, like when you want to get off on it versus when you just want it to be happening out of some sort of like psychological or like philosophical principle that you have.
A pervert by proxy.
She's a philosophical pervert.
Beef muncher by proxy, I believe is what that is.
Beef munching by proxy.
That is my new Twitter handle.
Carpet munching by proxy. Oh fuck.
New Twitter handle finally going up in a year and a half. Goodbye, Sir Dixon Dune. Hello, B.
Oh, that's your Twitter. That's your display name then, not your handle.
Yes. Steve Munchin by proxy. Perfect. Wonderful.
I wonder if that's been done. Oh, that's good.
Beef munching by proxy? No.
Beef
no. I guarantee that has not been.
Carpet munching by, some kind of munching by proxy might have been done. I don't know.
No, I think that's probably unforged territory. I think we might be into the great beyond here. I would be shocked. I'd be shocked.
Here's a tweet from 2022. I'm munching on her housing by proxy. That's not a name, but it's a tweet. She munching on my housing by proxy. Yep. I be munching on that house until I get by proxy. That one's not as funny.
Yeah, no. See, these are not really cutting to the essence.
It's not exactly the same.
They're dancing around.
Yeah, people have been close to that before. Munching on her house by proxy.
I'm gonna take that one. I'm claiming that.
Yeah, that's yours. That's good. That's fair game. Butt munching by proxy. Someone says. Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, so yes, your woman, the teacher, is a pervert by proxy, and she's trying to cuck me, Shirase, by hooking up Amano with this boy her age. Gross. Ew.
Not her age, older than her by a little bit.
Well, I mean, way closer than Shirase is what I mean. Like relatively her age.
Bro, I'm fucking looking out for you, dog.
Oh, yes. Yeah, some creep that's way older than her instead of Shirase, her good friend.
I don't know why you gotta make it weird.
What? Making it perfectly normal. Not even weird.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes, she's trying to get Shirase cooked hard. Meanwhile, there's like a kamikaze ship going on. It's pretty funny to like like keep cutting between these because one is so dramatic. It's just these guys with guns in the hull of a ship screaming, and then there's just like kid summer puppy love. And then Shirase gets brought in and does insane programming with 8 keyboards to do something that a lot of the stuff he does could have been done with like 3 phone calls, but he has to like hack into shit. Like, this is the government. Couldn't they just call some guys to turn the lighthouses in a certain direction? Does he have to hack Does he have to do all
It's
this?
much faster.
Does he
It's
need a
much
super-
faster if he
Is
does
it that much
by himself.
faster? Because it takes him like 30 seconds, and I feel like you could just have some guys like, hey, can you call whoever runs these lighthouses and have this
Well, they
done?
gotta
Because
run up. They gotta run up the stairs of the lighthouse, and they gotta adjust the angle manually. I saw that movie with Robert Pattinson.
clearly there's computerized controls, like someone is behind the wheel here.
Well, they have to wake him up and explain to him. It's like, hey, this is a hell of a thing to
You're not
ask
supposed
of
to
me.
fall asleep when you're...
I'm just a humble lighthouse man, and you come to me with a request that of dire national security implications, and
I'm
I think
drunk.
there's going to be some yes, and there's going to be some level of scrutiny. Nobody's going to take that request at face value. I think. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess they don't have any system in place. Did you hear about how New England is just giving away lighthouses to people because they don't need them anymore?
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, man, I bet it's actually still a pain in the ass to get one. But how sick would that? Yeah, the U.S. is giving away lighthouses for free, which means that it's a
What
huge
does that
burden.
mean?
It means they're they're giving it to you, but you probably have to have the means to like maintain it, which Yeah, the General Services Administration, which is a weird, vague name for a government organization, will give away 6 historic beacons, including the Warwick Neck Light. This is in Rhode Island. An additional 4 will be sold via public auction. What?
I was the neck light as a term. It's...
That's not that weird. Oh yeah, the goal is to preserve the historic buildings, even as technology renders them obsolete.
They're trying to put somebody else on the hook for this. Yeah, they're trying to sucker some small business owner who made good into owing the government like $50,000 a year. This is the Northeast. You can't take anything they say at fucking face value. They're trying to con you out of every penny you fucking have. You're gonna somehow end up with this property, and it's like, oh, also you have to relinquish your inheritance. It's like your children will get not a fucking dime from you somehow.
Yeah, it's not like you can do anything to it or with it. Not that you should.
No,
it's like a lighthouse.
It's a
cool,
symbolic thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to be doing some stuff, or you're gonna be buying it for $10,000 to $900,000, which is actually seems pretty low for a lighthouse.
Can you blow it up?
Yeah, I mean, if you're inside it, you can just die. You don't have to deal with any fallout.
I was gonna say, like, you could buy it and explode it and sell the video rights. Or it's like...
his stock footage, his paid stock footage, lighthouse blowing up.
I feel like Mr. Beast could get money out of this somehow.
Mr. Beast needs to buy 5 lighthouses and do something. Yeah, do a video.
Blow them up. What can you do other than blow them up? It's like
give them away or something. Yeah,
it's like yeah. If you get to the top of this lighthouse before it explodes, you get $1 million. Okay, there's a key in one of these lighthouses. The key opens a door that gives you $300.
If you can outrace the fire I've set to the top of this lighthouse, then you get to survive.
We put your entire family at the top of this lighthouse, which is on fire. I'm holding a gun, and this gun is pointed directly at your wife. And if you don't... He should really go a Saw direction. Mr. Beast takes a turn for the darker, where it's like, I've had enough of Mr. Beast doing these sort of benign giveaway sort of things. I'm like, Mr. Beast needs to make it a fucking life and death. Live up to the name, at least. You know, it's like Mr. Beast and all you're doing is giving away 50 grand in like charity donations. Like, no. Mr. Beast needs to make somebody's life like irrevocably changed for the worse.
I agree.
I don't know anything about Mr. Beast. I've seen he's selling chocolate bars.
Yep. He sells chocolate bars. He's got Beast Burger.
Yeah.
Did I go on that rant about that video I saw of the guy talking about ghost kitchens?
No.
I did. I think I was telling you about this.
No, I don't recall it. So
really?
Maybe
I was
yeah.
like, because I remembered Beast Burger, or wait, is it Mr. Beast Burger, whatever it's called, and I was like, wait a second, how does that work? Because there's no way he built all these restaurants. And then I thought about it for like 5 seconds, and I was like, oh, he probably like commissions existing restaurants, and then they like, they're a Beast Burger, so they'll deliver it to you, or they'll sell the burger, but it's not like its own restaurant or whatever. And I looked it up, and it turns out that is exactly how it works. And there's actually an entire industry of this type of thing where, like, if you're browsing like Uber Eats or whatever, there will be like dozens or maybe even hundreds of restaurants listed in your area. But a lot of them will sell the same stuff, and it turns out it's because it all comes from the same building, just selling food under different brand names or different restaurant names.
Yeah.
So it'll just be like a shit ton of supposedly restaurants in your area, but it's really just coming out of this unmarked, like, building with a kitchen in it. And I watched a video, and they've been dubbed ghost kitchens to give them, and in tradition, giving the new thing a completely unnecessarily scary name. And I watched like a fucking half-hour video from this fucking idiot decoding all of this like he was fucking solving an Illuminati puzzle, like he was discovering some grand fucking conspiracy. Even though again, this is not bragging, but this was immediately obvious to me how this worked. It's literally a kitchen that sells, it's a restaurant that sells food online under different brand names. That's it. And he was trying to make it seem like there was this crazy fucking network of like underground. And it was, what was so annoying is he's trying to paint it as being like a deceptive business practice, but he himself is being deceptive because a huge chunk of his video he dedicated to trying to imply without saying it that these kitchens can somehow get around health inspections, but they definitely can't. You have to have a building, you have to have the right permits and shit. You definitely have health inspections.
Yeah. If I want to dodge health inspections, I'm going to make sure that
impossible.
I have 10 businesses running out of the same fucking location. I'm going to amplify the amount of inspections that have to happen by 10.
No, it's still just one inspection. But because you only need one, obviously. But the one thing that could happen is if you fail an inspection and your place is gross, you can start, selling food under a different name, right? So you could kind of escape the reputation hit that way. But the thing is, like, this whole video was supposedly about how this was like deceptive or some way, and it's like I have no sympathy for people just scrolling through fucking some app at 2 a.m. ordering something from a place they've never heard of, and then complaining about what they get. Just fucking figure out where the fuck your shit comes from. Don't order from some place you've never heard of and then being like, wait, this wasn't an actual fucking, Caribbean taco restaurant in my area. It's so crazy because the point of the video was like, hey, wait a second, these aren't restaurants. These are just buildings with a fucking kitchen and people making food in them. It's like, that's what that is.
As if the end result matters at all.
Yeah,
they're stoned off their fucking asses, and they're ordering food at fucking 3 a.m, and they don't care how it gets to them. No, the one of those opened up across the street from me during COVID in 2020.
Yeah.
It was like there was a gas station and there was an empty lot next to it, which used to be like you could take your dog there, and then there's like out of nowhere they put like a couple of storage containers, and the storage containers were ghost kitchens, as it were. Wow. And it was just right across the street from me, and I'm like, oh yeah, they have the list of like the 15 restaurants that are based out of there. I don't order food online, so I don't engage with this at all.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm not going to spend $30 on some fucking chicken wings or something.
Yeah, that's insane to me. That's girl shit. Getting a single meal delivered to you is the most insane thing I could imagine.
My buddy Chase does it all the fucking time.
I would rather just not eat.
Yeah, it's like a lot of it's like the businesses that people work for would be like, hey, here's a couple of comped meals via this food delivery service. It's like this week you've got 3 meals. These are your lunches that you would usually have if we were in person, like at the office or whatever. Corporate shit. The further I've gotten in life, the more frustrated I am with how much everything is like. The reason that food is so expensive in airports is obviously there's the element of like you don't have anywhere else to go, but
Yeah.
everybody else is fucking traveling for fucking work. So it's like they're putting it on like a company card. They're getting everything's fucking expensed.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's like, and then like I'm a normal person just traveling. Shut up, Cat. Are you joking? Um, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go fucking spend $18 at a
On Five Guys.
to get Chipotle.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Anyway, where were we even at? Ghost
Where-
kitchens.
Oh yeah, yeah. The funniest part of that video is what he had. He had this bit. The guy in that video, he was like, he found a ghost kitchen in his area. He was like, try to guess how many, online restaurants are operated out of this one building. And I was like, I don't know, probably like 40 or 50. And he goes, what if I told you that there were 10 different restaurants? And then he does a fake out where he was like, actually, I was lying. What if I told you there were 15 restaurants? And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty believable. And then he was like, actually, I was lying. What if I told you there were 25? And he goes all the way up to 50. And I was like, yeah, that was my first guess. Yeah.
What if I told you some bullshit that nobody could give a fuck about? It's like
he ordered the same chicken sandwich from 10 different quote unquote places, and then picked them up from the same window, and then he was shocked that they were all in fact actually the same sandwich.
yeah, simpletons, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same shit as like in the 90s where you'd have like fucking Nancy Grace on the television coming up with some sort of fake scare. It's on YouTube now. It's like,
Yeah, that's all ladies
like,
on TikTok being like, here's how to spot a human trafficker, and it's all just a bunch of made up stuff. If they have this sticker on their car, that's a signal to other traffickers.
man, I get so much pussy I might as well be a human trafficker.
That's a good line. You should use that.
Yeah. I'll try that out. I'll let you know how it goes.
What rhymes with trafficker?
Pot sticker.
What? Okay, actually, don't.
That's
I was thinking that sounded like that could be a good, a good rap lyric. Get so much pussy, call me a human trafficker. Going.
I'm gonna slide my dick right down her esophagus. If we got hold on. That's a lot of that. That's the difficult one.
I got bags full of piss like that movie, Gattaca.
That's now. All right, now I'm turned on. The Gattaker. You just turn into Gattaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm smashing these walls.
Fuck.
We both. I got a mouthful of watermelon. Like my name is Gallagher, and it's about you sucking on titties.
It's watermelon slang for titties.
Could be.
It could be. It is now.
It's theater of the mind. It's the whole medium is about putting images into the audience's head and letting them fill in the gaps.
These are good. This is serious mumble rap. You have to be really mumbling these, so that when people figure out what the fuck it is you're saying, they're like, "Oh, that was it."
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
I always hate when that gets brought up.
I've been listening to a lot of MF Doom recently.
Mm-hmm.
Rip Doom, of course. And it's like that guy would just put absolute nonsense into his lyrics. He would just string words together like it was like just because they sounded good together. Oh man, what a guy!
Yeah, what was that tweet I liked? Did you see that? No.
Even though she busted, I would still have sex with her. Yeah, now that I think about it, trafficker and sex, there's a lot of stuff you can do with that.
You think so?
Yeah. I'll write a whole song about it. It'll be good. Cat, will you shut the fuck up? Oh, meow, 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 meow. Oh, tell me about it. Here, say some more interesting shit, cat. Meow. Come here. Come here. Here, why don't you say it into the microphone if you're gonna be yapping? Here. Talking to the microphone. Meow, meow. Come on, say something. You're always talking.
Do something, you fucker.
I put you on the microphone. You got nothing to say anymore. Say something. Meow. Say something. Nope. Got nothing to say. Who wants to bitch over there?
Oh, here it is. Someone goes, you know, this is MF Doom rapping. He goes, so take that peanut butter, a little bit of jelly, yum, put it in your belly, smoke a little bit, puts me down like old Yelly. 50 sounding audio sample. Mr. President, I'm afraid Doom is more powerful than ever before.
Put me down like old Yelly. Yeah. I can hear it.
That's so him. I haven't even heard that much of him.
R.I.P. Dr. Doomile.
It's in the same genre of like in a Gorillaz song, like the guest rapper, like rhyming about how he's going insane and he's going into psychosis, and then the guy on the chorus starts going, "Ooh, flimsy Steve." Okay, where were we?
BPS.
BPS. Look at my wife. Look how cute she is, and she's cute in every shot.
Bragging about this shit.
But this guy keeps hugging her. I don't like it. They get trapped on a rock at sea, and they use downed power lines to escape, which I feel like is bad advice. Not that it's supposed to be advice, but I feel like that should be in the same realm as like putting bright flashing lights on Japanese TV. Like, yeah, if you ever need to swing on something, use a downed, really, really thick power line. Meanwhile, Shirase is just watching them on like a satellite video feed and getting mad, which I thought was a funny bit. How he's just watching everything they do.
He has absolute hack power. There is like nothing that is saved from Shirase.
It's absolute. There's no exceptions. There's no firewall he can't bust through.
No, it's in as long as it's got electricity flowing through it somehow, he's gonna be able to manipulate it. Yeah,
absolutely. And then so the solution to this one is I think he crashes a satellite or 3 satellites to take out this bad boat. Problem solved. Again, for someone crashing a satellite as the climax of your episode, really toned down. It's really not given a lot of grandioseness,
No.
Grandiosity.
No, they sort of present it as it is happening, and yeah.
Yep.
They devote a bunch of graphics. They make up like a bunch of fake military graphics of it,
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Sorry.
Episode 3 of 5. In this one, there's like no build up or intro in this one. We get right into it. There's an imminent explosion, I guess. Shirase investigates, and he finds that the code looks like girl code, and this is not made up. As a programmer, I could tell you. Okay, it's maybe not. I mean, he is the master, so he could probably tell a lot more easily than anyone else. But that is a thing.
Explain.
I mean, you can just, I don't know. It's different.
I see.
It's, I don't know. It's more pleasant. Doesn't always work as good.
Oh. Tell me about it being more pleasant. It's just like it kind of moves a little bit smoother.
Well, it's sort of like the handwriting, but not literal handwriting. But you know how it's like a laid out a little bit more like aesthetic. you know, about it's more homey. It's nice.
I feel it's so you're like, damn, that's my homie right there.
Yes.
And it's okay.
I'm like, oh, I could be homies with the lesbian that wrote this.
Yeah, the 500-pound lesbian woman that wrote this code. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this text on the screen right now. That looks like the work of a woman.
Yeah, the hieroglyphs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the upside down like English
just letters I've never
letters.
seen before. Yeah, just like sometimes you put the you put the euro sign in there. You put the pounds in there, and it's like, yeah, it looks like text.
Have I ever told you about how there is a Japanese lady on my team at work?
No.
I've never spoken to her. She's not in our daily meetings. She must be working on a different project or something. But she gets brought up a lot. And my plan is to let's say her name is, let's say Yukiko. Obviously,
Yeah.
everyone on my team calls her Yukiko. So if I ever get the opportunity, I'm gonna just casually, just no selling, just breeze past it, but pronounce her name right. Maybe she'll notice.
You have solved my Japanese pussy riddle. You have unlocked
Exactly.
The code.
That's how it would work
after
in
many
this
years, the key master has arrived. I have remained virginal.
You hear the
virginal
Skyrim door
for all
opening
these
noise,
years.
and just light pours out of her pants.
Oh yes,
Japanese pussy riddle.
Finally, a man with enough dignity who has arrived, who understands the Bushido way, and to unlock the key to my loins. And as such, it's your time to embed your seed within my fertile loins, so that we might bear the holy bringer of proper code. I don't know.
It's just gonna happen.
I'm gonna start reading this code that we got on the screen here. Ski Wakoprel XTV At Awata Ved Naba Expa. Okay, that's about as much as I can go.
This is LaTeX.
I was gonna say this is basic.
Yeah,
this
is
basic. You're in C sharp.
This is just This is
This is a Linux system.
This is x86 assembly. He's just doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Raw
code.
Mm-hmm. He's typing in raw code.
We can't debase this mainframe when he's hacking in raw code. He's getting around all of our firewalls.
You can't turn the computer off. His brain's in there.
If we excise enough junk space, we might be able to get enough room to insert his memory box. And then we can safely shut down the system and recover all those precious memory goops.
In English, please, Einstein. He's going in!
It's like, hey, quiet. Quiet, everybody. He's solving the pussy riddle. He's almost... All right.
Shirase's greatest challenge yet. The Japanese vagina.
Unhooking the bra.
Yeah. His reward in this episode is tickets to something. I wasn't able to figure out what it was.
It was an air show.
Oh, is that what it was?
It was like a military show, yeah.
This art looks like Boku. And it was around that time period, I guess.
That's when they did their best work. All the classics came out in that era.
When was Boku? That was like...
I'm incognitoing this one real quick.
It was it 2005?
06.
Okay, the first one was 06, yeah. Wait, were there 4 episodes of Boku no Pico? I thought there were only 3.
I thought there were only 3, yeah. We must have missed out. I hope it was only 3. I would hate to think that I've been living this entire time.
I think we got the gist.
Episode 1, My Pico. An effeminate boy named Pico works summers at his grandfather's cafe,
I remember.
hoping
Yes,
to make some
this
friends.
is
He soon meets a man
well-worn
named
territory.
Tomotsu Mokun, who seduces him, believing him to be a girl. Later at Mokun's house, Pico asks Mokun what he
I
thinks
never
of
knew
him,
he thought he was a girl. I don't remember that part.
but he does not respond. Pico runs away and cuts his hair. Mokun searches for him, and the two reconcile by the end of the episode. Shut up, cat. I'm talking about important shit. Episode 2, Pico and Chico. After Pico finds a boy named Chico swimming nude in a stream, they become friends.
Anime called Boku. Man,
Oh.
this shit is so wrong in so many motherfucking levels, yo. I was talking to one of my white friends, and he sent me 3 videos with the name only labeled Boku. I said to this dude, what's this shit? He just giggled and said, just watch them and make sure nobody is around when you're watching it. Then I thought it was some weird porno or some strange shit, but I watched the first video, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Then I continued and I was like, yo! Then they got in the motherfucking car and then I said, yo! I couldn't fucking believe what I just saw! It was like Satan gave me his porno collection. Shit was so disturbing, yet I couldn't stop watching it! Then the video 2 when it was like 2 of them! Those niggas! Yo, those niggas! And that girl saw them, then she... Yo! Then that nigga took the dog toy and then yo! It was like your bitch wanted to have sex with you, but she wanted to do something different. And it was so fucked up and creepy. You just kept watching it, and that's what I fucking did! Then I saw video 3. 3 niggas! 3! It was 3! 3! And Coco was his name, nigga! Coco was his motherfucking name! Oh my god! I ain't going to heaven, niggas! I already sold my soul to Lucifer! So I just want to tell you all right now, don't watch an anime labeled Boku! Don't do it, nigga! It's like succubus! Remember what I'm saying to you,
It's like
niggas!
succubus.
It
It's
is like
exactly like
succubus.
Anyway,
That is what happens.
I think that was a pretty good summary. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, explosion. Okay, yes. Oh yes, a new character, new girl. This one's Yoriko. She's in the Navy. Yeah, there she is. Also my wife. You gave me both of them for the teacher. Good trade.
I really, God. This was sort of like this is like you had Tom Brady in the 6th round, and I spent it all on JP Lossman, and that did not go well. Cat, will you shut the fuck up?
You got Moneyball, motherfucker.
Yeah.
My girls get on base.
Yeah. Cat. Right. Whoop your ass. Anyway,
Your cat needs some kind of hobby.
another cat I think would do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at other cats. My cat
Cat,
might
no,
kill
you can
another
look at other
cat.
cats.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll adapt.
Dude, she hates anything. If she sees an animal, oh god.
Well, she doesn't have a choice. You know, it's like
Yeah, I
you're
guess.
stuck.
I mean, she has a choice of killing the other cat.
I don't think that she does. I think she'll be like, oh fuck. They got guides on that shit online where it's like, put the cat in another room.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'll follow the procedure and everything, but it's pretty much up to chance whether or not they fucking hate each other. You know.
He's got to get a male cat that'll dominate her.
Yeah, I would like to see her just fully like alpha dogged, like dommed out. Because like I've had that before, where you have a cat who is just fucking king of the castle, all smug and shit, and then you bring in a cat that just fucks with her, and it's there's a cruel satisfaction to it, where you're just like, yeah, now who's the biggest, huh?
Why don't you just hit your cat?
It's not enough. She needs to be on her toes at all times. She needs to be occupied.
Yeah, you can't really. You could only hurt your cat so much.
I can only hurt her so much before it starts to hurt me.
Yeah, which is like anything. I can't even not feed him. It's like
Oh my god.
He's whining. He must nearly need to eat.
If I don't
Like
feed,
that.
yeah, if I don't feed my cat, if I'm 2 hours late feeding my cat, she will find any piece of plastic and just start like chewing and making noises with it. Like if I accidentally leave the bathroom door open, she'll go to the fucking trash in the bathroom with the little plastic bag hanging out, and I will just hear shh, 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 shh.
But she's fucking with it?
She's just fucking with it just to annoy me. And she'll do it. I'm convinced she'll do it forever until I lose my mind and get out of bed. She'll just shh, shh, shh.
The one for me is that if there's anything in my bedroom in the morning, so like I'll be like, let's say I'm usually getting up at 9. He'll be up at 7, and it's like if there's anything on any shelf that he has access to, that shit's getting knocked off. Just slowly, he'll look at me.
Oh, he does that.
It off,
oh, he's that
and he
type
looks
of...
at me again. He looks at me again. And he'll be like, "It's going. I hope it's not glass, motherfucker."
Oh God.
And I'm like, "Oh, like you son of a bitch."
That's
or like recently, because I've adapted and I don't leave anything on shelves anymore. He'll just get in my face. He'll just get right up in my face and like sniff me because he knows that his whiskers wake me up, and I'm like, "You fucking son of a bitch!" So I have to get underneath my covers. I have to get underneath my covers and turn over. And yeah, so because he knows that meowing won't do it. Like he's like, okay, meowing won't do it. Knocking stuff off isn't an option. I guess I just have to. I just have to start attacking him directly.
Yeah, I have to resort to violence.
Cats are in heat like 80% of lives.
No, David, cats should not be exterminated.
I would say that, I mean, from my experience, that's less than human females, because every female is in heat when she's around me, for one. It's like, the way that they react, it's like I just have that sort of effect. Shut up, cat! where they can't resist.
I feel like cats are not in heat 80% of their lives. I mean, especially if you have them neutered, which like all of them are.
My cat got horned up once the day after he was neutered, and then never again.
He still had some left over in the tank.
He did. He was like, "Arr!"
For sure, yeah.
He got his like that. He woke me up. He was like trying to like mount my arm.
Ooh.
And I was like, get the fuck off me. I shook him off. And then he learned his goddamn lesson.
Holy shit.
And since then he hasn't had any sort of instincts. Doesn't spray.
Yeah, is it just the males who spray if you don't fix them?
I don't know. My cat got into a confrontation with the neighbor cat.
Yeah.
And she sprayed.
Oh, okay. That's out of fear, though.
Oh, meow. Oh, what do you think's gonna fucking happen when you bitch like that? You think you're gonna get fed? I already fed you. Come here.
I have not given my cat catnip in a while, David, but I do. And she likes it.
They build a tolerance to it pretty quickly. So like at least mine did. Whereas like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with him and give him catnip 3 days in a row, and then by the 3rd day he just didn't react to it at all.
Yeah. Well, I feel like once you you get it, and it's always like shitty by the time you buy it. Like it's all dried up and like it's just a powder. And I'm like, there's no way this is doing that much. I need to get my cat some of that fucking sticky icky.
My cat growing up, the cat we had on the farm, she would go when I was watering plants, and we had catnip on the farm, and she would just go get in that shit.
Nice.
She had that raw, uncut, fucking green herb.
That's
good.
How often do you do drugs versus your cat does catnip, and do you really think that ratio is fair?
I would say if you count alcohol as a drug, it's 18-1.
Not even close. Yeah, but it's not supposed to be fair. Life isn't fair.
Yeah, they're a cat. They get all.
More.
How many of my meals are free?
True.
You know, it's like how many times does somebody come and clean my shit up for me?
Mm-hmm.
0. I have to do it myself.
Yep.
That ship sailed when I was 2.5. They're like, no longer. Got to deal with that on your own. So he'll fucking manage.
Yeah.
Nobody clips my nails. Nobody pays my vet bills. We should finish Battle Program with Shirase. Let's close this out.
Okay.
I feel like we've kind of covered the basic premise enough to where we could cruise through these last 3 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, Yoriko is she's the sort of good at everything girl. She's a math wizard. She's good at sports. She makes friends with Amano. And then they have this professor guy who shows up. I think he comes in later. Yeah, Shirase does some talking business with him at the maid cafe. This is where I figured out that Shirase is Amano's great uncle. It's confusing to me. Yes, the new girl is onto him. She knows who he is, and then she says some wild shit. I was like, calm down, lady. And this does happen to me all the time. So you do have to be prepared for it as a programmer. For young lasses to tell you that your code is making them aroused.
Yeah.
Because it happens.
It's a problem.
They can't control it.
It's like cats. They're in heat all the time.
Yes. When they see my
literally though
python. Yeah, get it?
They're just in heat from the age of 12 to 18, unfortunately. It's like there's nothing you can do.
Wait, are we still talking about cats?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Sure thing.
This is where I was saying like the stuff you were saying. I was like, normally when a show formulaically breaks up the more dialogue heavy scenes with, misunderstandings, I don't really like it. So why am I enjoying it so much here?
Yeah, it's just an oddly entertaining program. There's just works, baby.
You know what I really like is the move where you press the enter key on the keyboard while theatrically swiping your arm to the left across the keyboard, but you're like the tip of your hand kind of lags over the enter key, so you end up kind of bending your wrist in a very flamboyant way, but your arm's still moving over it as you press it. I like that a lot. I'm going to start doing it.
I do that whenever I order bubble gum off of Amazon. Like
you do like a Lelouch-esque like.
Yeah, I'm using my credit from my card. I'm using my Amazon Rewards card credit to get bubble gum for free.
You're getting only bubble gum shipped to you?
I don't use that card that much. It's like it's not like I'm not getting a TV stand out of it.
But you're not like including that in another Amazon order. You're just like getting bubble gum shipped to you in its own package.
No, that's the finesse. That's the finesse part of it. Is like somebody has to bring me bubble gum to my apartment.
David has just typed the word B. B.
It means a lot. Thank you. Finally, somebody's telling me to just be.
Hey man, just be.
Somebody's finally telling me to just let me be. It's like that's deep as shit. Actually, it's like. Has anybody ever in your entire life just told you, "Hey, Declan, be"?
I cannot say that they have.
Isn't that an affirmational statement?
I think I deserve that.
We should start opening episodes with affirmations, where it's like, "Hey, Declan, just want to let you know."
Yeah, positive affirmations.
Yeah, you. I recognize the light that shines from within you, and in turn, that light gives my life color, as all of the light from you reflects off of your surroundings.
I listen to ASMR sometimes, and when they start doing the affirmations, I turn that shit the fuck off. I can put up with any amount of cringe in an ASMR. If I start hearing like "you are worth it," I'm like, this is anyone who can tolerate this needs TRT immediately.
Why is the most cringeworthy thing I could possibly hear in the world somebody telling me that my life is okay? Why is it that somebody's saying? Why is somebody saying anything
you're not
nice
supposed?
About me?
Other people aren't supposed to decide that for you. It's like if you need other people to tell you that, that's like that means you're like depending on them. That's not good. That's not a good sign.
Yeah. Just not being able to receive any sort of positive interaction from other people.
They don't know you, so it's not true. They can't know if what you're doing is actually.
First of all, you can't even know yourself. So
you have a much better idea.
It's like that Drake song.
Yeah.
YOLO.
He probably has a song called B. Or no, that's more of a Kendrick. That's a Kendrick title.
Yeah. It's like, what does it mean to be? Being here, being there, being everywhere. How come you ain't just is? Why you always gotta be? Start the drums, man.
Why come I can't be?
Bee, honey, hives. It's just
Money. Yeah.
bee, hives. Yeah. Money, honey, money. I got the honey butter buns with the honey butter buns, but they always pulling out the guns. No, stop the drums, man. Stop the drums. Yeah, that's a Kendrick song for sure. I'm not going to address that one, David. All right.
Race tier list, let's go. Okay, I'm not going to answer that one, except for the very bottom, which is obviously Filipinos. Okay, moving on.
Le Mans.
Isn't that a race?
I would say. Yeah.
Oh!
I would say the Indy 500 is up there. Indy 500 might be the number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was way behind both of you, I guess, on that one.
Yeah, I think it's controversial to talk about this. I don't recognize the Kentucky Speedway as a legitimate institution. There's no. I thought we were talking about fucking driving cars, not just fucking going out for a night out of town. There's a lot more to be milked out of that Kendrick bit, but we're gonna move on.
Yeah, no, it's hard to improv. We already did one rap bit. We can't keep doing them. It's bad.
I definitely can't. That's for sure.
Okay. Well, to cap off this episode, the girl offers him a spot in the Navy, and he says no, and then she says that kissing someone when you say goodbye is something you do in America, which is not true. Not in Biden's America. We don't have cute girls kissing each other on the cheek over here.
No, it's usually just cute kissing the cute girls. And everybody gives him a fucking hard time about it because the man just wants to make the girls feel good. And I don't like that.
Hey man, I'll eat your pussy. You don't even have to fuck. I just want to make you feel good. Biden 2024. You don't even have to fuck. Come on, man. I'll just lick your pussy. It's fine. I'll stop afterwards. I promise.
Why don't you let me fuck your pussy like your mom's home, girl?
Like your
Shut
mom's
up,
home.
Ted. I will fucking hurt your fucking ass.
What does he want?
I don't know.
Is he at the door? Does he want to go outside, or he's just?
No, he's just fucking
crowing.
yelling. No,
Wow.
he's just hungry. He has food anxiety problems. So he wants to be fed all the time. And my vet said he's like, hey, he's getting fucking fat, so you can't do that. So he doesn't get food all the time anymore.
Yep. Episode 4, more teacher antics. This teacher is such a fucking menace, dude. She's a one-track mind.
I'm not pleased with my wife.
No, you gotta get her in check.
I have an apology because like I understand that like it's cute when you're in your like late 20s to try to set up your friends where it's like, oh, you guys just haven't found the right one yet, but these are children. You know, it's like these are young children.
Yeah, this is the marriage interview episode. David says, let me get on that K-drama special episode podcast.
Oh my god, David sent me $10. I forgot about that.
Oh, was it only 10?
Let's see.
I thought it was 20. Maybe he can give you the second half afterwards.
Let's see. Go on, sorry.
So yeah, the teacher gets drunk, and finds out she has to go to a marriage interview. I was like, uh-oh, I know where this is going. Shirase, guess what, also has to go to a marriage interview. But before the interview, they actually end up meeting on the street with her being hammered. It turns out they know each other from school. They do a little high school reminiscing. She doesn't remember meeting him afterwards because she was too drunk. Meanwhile, now Shirase just sort of has a backup of cute Navy ladies in this crazy like control room full of like mech cockpits. I like the idea that this is the U.S. Navy. This is what the Navy consists of.
From my experience, that's basically true to life, because the one person that we know that's in the Navy that's currently in the chat is a sexy little girl.
The most kawaii little number we know. They gloss over the plot of this episode so much because it's so bananas. It's something about using power lines to manipulate people's emotions. I don't know.
Yeah.
He blows up the bad guy's house with a computer.
The King of America is on some shit in this one. Have we talked about the King of America?
Well, the two villains who are always hacking against him are, two fat guys in America. The two guys who were in Seattle in that first episode they hacked their way into changing a shipping address in a database, and they got a supercomputer shipped to their house, and they're the ones doing most of the nasty stuff. So it's one of them is called the King of America, and I forget the other guy's name.
I don't know if it's brought up that often. Can't really top the King of America, though.
It's good. Who was the girl in the limo? Where is she? Who was that? Now I forget.
We're gonna bring in pictures here.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for it over on this other window. Oh well, I haven't gotten through all my screenies for this episode. I took so many screenshots. Again, it looks oddly good. Oh, this is me. This is me when I'm on the computer. Yeah. This little sweat bead, everything. It's perfect.
You look like you're excited, but also a little nervous.
Yeah, it's an apprehension.
It's the spirit of exploration,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at the very opening of episode 5 here, there's a girl drinking tea in a limo. Oh yeah, right here. Who was that?
I'm sure we'll find out in the next season.
Yeah. Season 2 incoming.
Any day now. It's going to be done by Studio Lurch.
That would work, yeah. They could do this style. Or, who did that, like, Mezzo Forte reboot? That looked nice and retro in a different way, but still. It wasn't like an actual reboot. It was like a spiritual successor to Mezzo Forte, but I forget what it was called.
From the Wikipedia page. The final episode of the show made the unusual step of explicitly apologizing for ending the series, not only to the local Japanese viewers, but to also those in the fansub community. It was addressed to those who enjoy the show on TV and those outside the broadcast area who took special measures to watch the show on their PC monitors, and to everyone who watched it subtitles overseas without permission.
Yeah, that's wild. It seems like this was like made by some serious niche nerds, because even like it's not just like acknowledging an illegal operation, but just like being aware of overseas fan subbing communities and going out of your way to shout them out in 2003 seems nuts.
That is crazy.
Yeah. That's I don't know how that happened. He looks so gross with his hair down.
That is such a weird small. Yeah. That he looks like a GTA character there. It's such a small subsection of the community. It's like how many hundreds of thousands of people would have watched this when it was coming out? If that, I'm sure the number was much smaller.
Not even, yeah. And then,
yeah.
I thought Japan didn't find out people overseas watched anime until like 2012.
When everything went wrong.
Yeah.
So when everything really fell off.
My wife's little hair ones.
He's getting hooked up with my waifu, my disgusting drunk alcoholic waifu, pervert. Um, they get trapped in an elevator. Captain America traps them in an elevator, so they have to have a sexual encounter,
America.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
That
Which
kind
I
of.
would have.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No,
You
I
go.
nothing. Go ahead. It kind of
I
reminds you.
Stuff like that reminds me, for some reason, of when a very, very long time ago, when I was a kid, I read this really, really shitty like YA novel. That was, it was an isekai. Now that I think about it, we have our own isekai. Don't think we don't have isekai over here, because most of what like dumb teen girls are reading is isekai. And one of the things I remembered from that book, he's in like the fantasy world or whatever. And I think at one point he gets captured by like some other species with his girl, and they like put him in a room, and they realize that like they're trying to like breed them. And then they have this conversation where they're like, they don't understand people at all. They think that just because they stick us in a room that we're just going to, start procreating. And then there's like silence, and they like look at each other, and there's immediate like powerful sexual tension. I did find that funny, even though the book was garbage. Anyways, yeah, tangent.
I like the part in the Animorphs books where they go into like animals that shouldn't have any sort of business having sex at all, and they just try to figure out the worst ones that they can have fuck, just for the sake of doing something wrong.
What?
It's like,
they don't fucking Animorphs. You're pulling you're yanking my chain.
There's the one issue where it's like, we should see if a whale dick could fit inside of a squirrel pussy, and like, here, you become a whale, and I'll transform into a sea otter inside your beaver, and I'll just flop around a lot.
Sea otter in your beaver.
Yeah. It was the thing in Animorphs is that they would get stuck in those animal forms.
Yeah.
And, there was the one book which I got at the book fair for $5 in paperback, where they got stuck where the sea otter was stuck inside the whale pussy, and it was just like that forever. And they would have to put food up there for the sea otter. You don't remember that?
I can't say I remember that. No.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was pretty deep. That was in like the 10th book. Yeah, you have to really.
I didn't realize they were
there's like
chronological.
Well, the first 5 were like pretty normal, where there's like an ongoing war between the Animorphs and the main villain, and then after that, it just really devolves into what animals can we have fuck in this one, and some highlights would be, some highlights would be they had a wolf have sex with a turtle, and that was I left that one shell shocked,
Yeah, they had an eagle fuck a field mouse. That one left me with a 1,000-yard stare.
Oh God.
Yeah, they had a mongoose fuck a porcupine. That one made my hair stand on end.
Yeah, that was a prickly one. Yeah. Yeah, so the first, like I said, the first 5 books were they were pretty straightforward, and then we got to the part where they had the skunk fuck the octopus, and like, hey, something smells off here. Something stinks to high heaven. It's just divulged. This is just a divergent, whatever.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking Animorphs. Yeah, I can't believe we got away with that. That's crazy.
I can't believe we all read those.
Yeah, we all read all of them. Yeah, all the way through. How many books were there in the Animorphs? They made that TV series too that they aired on Nickelodeon.
Oh man, there's got to be tens of Animorphs books.
Literally dozens.
Yeah.
I think we talk about Animorphs about once a year. Just because it's so
I
fucked
feel
up.
like you usually bring it up.
Look at the cover and tell me that's not fucked up.
Yes, of course it's fucked up. That's why I never read them.
All right,
It looks fucking gross.
How many books do you think? Or give me a guess.
Oh god.
Original run, June 1996 to May 2001.
28.
54 main series books with an additional 10
Okay.
companion books.
All right. Yeah.
Uh,
See, I would have guessed higher, but that was only like what, 5 years?
it's crazy. It's crazy that they had such a lust for different animals fucking each other that they had to put out 54 books about it.
There's a lot of combinations.
Animorphs, incognito, animorphs, sex scenes.
So you had to go on Archive of Our Own and see if there's any Animorphs fan fictions.
The most horrifying scene of the series. Let's see if the Animorphs subreddit is still active. There's no way that the Animorphs subreddit is protesting this. Are you joking? Get the fuck out of you.
I'm searching
Get the fuck out
AO3.
of
I'm
here,
searching
man.
AO3 for Animorphs. Okay. Animorphs 2010 by Libby writes, graphic depictions of violence. I want sex. I want animal sex. What the fuck, dude?
Making out? Question mark. This is animorphs.livejournal.com. Anyone ever read KA's teen series Making Out? I saw it mention how a lot of the Everworld characters were foils for the Animorphs characters. And from what I remember of reading a couple of the Making Out books, quite a few of the characters were a lot like those from Animorphs.
I hope there's not a bug in here. I thought I heard a buzzing. Where's my cat when you need her?
Animorphs nude scenes.
How do I'm not seeing any,
What power rush could you possibly get out of being... What power rush could you possibly get out of being a moderator of an Animorph subreddit and taking that shit offline? That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. That might be the most pathetic thing that anybody has ever done in their lives. What an impotent just act of utter desperation from a worthless person to take this subreddit for a book series that lasted from 1996 to 2001 for 54 books and take this subreddit offline out of protest. Absolutely repulsive behavior. It's worse than wishing that there were sex scenes in Animorphs. It's worse than getting off on animal sex is taking the Animorphs subreddit down.
Okay,
Good
this
Christ
Animorphs
almighty.
fan fiction warning includes alcohol, substance abuse, withdrawal, depression, suicide, PTSD, murder, and sexual actions at the end of the story. So, that sounds pretty good. Animorphs, The Untold Stories, #1. Oh my god, there's 34 chapters. What the fuck? How can every fanfiction be so long?
Okay, here's an example of something that happens in Animorphs. A child is shrunken down and experiences having her eyeballs digested out of her head inside her friend's stomach while she's in the form of a tiny elephant.
Would you rather get the Animorphs book collection or the Goosebumps one? Probably Goosebumps. I mean, there's a little bit of... I don't know. There's a little bit of novelty to those. Animorphs just always seemed like trash. I could tell it was trash just by the covers before I knew what trash was.
I mean, you have to go for Goosebumps.
Prussia, who's a mod, who we modded at some point. Honestly, a lot of paranormal romance is essentially just mature Animorphs. Dudes turning into lions and shit. Fuck, that's totally an angle we missed. Yeah, a lot of lady porn is very Animorphs adjacent.
I identify as an Animorphs adjacent individual.
I got to read a chunk of this Animorphs fanfic. Then from the backyard came a sound that made my teeth rattle. Rawr.
Oh my god, my teeth are rattling out of my fucking head.
What was that? Was that Homer? My mom asked. That couldn't be Homer. That sounded like a coyote or something, my dad yelled. Just then, from the backyard came the sound of a fight, biting and clawing, and finally came the sound of Homer whimpering as if he was hurt. I didn't waste any time. I rushed to the sliding glass door that connected to the back deck and threw it open. And I just stood there, awestruck. You wouldn't believe what I was seeing. I was seeing my dog, Homer, in an all-out brawl with a wolf. As I watched, the wolf smacked Homer on the side of his head. Hold on. As I was watching, the wolf smacked Homer on the side of his head, its paw, knocking him to the ground. Homer, I yelled as I started to run up. The wolf snarled at me, then it lunged at me. One sentence. Jake, my father yelled as he grabbed me by the arm and pulled me back into the house, kicking the wolf in the face. Watch out, that wolf will kill you.
I feel like you've taken care of it, Dad.
By this time, Homer picked himself up and attacked the wolf. Homer was going for his eyes and face. Homer was fighting back with so much veracity. Homer looked like a well-trained attack dog. It kind of shocked me. I've never seen Homer so violent before. He had always been a very mild-mannered and goofy dog, but I guess that inside every mild-mannered dog is a wild animal. Let's skip to the last chapter.
Are they going to try to fuck the dog?
The second to last chapter is called The Morning After.
Oh, no. Oh, it sounds like it happened. Is the third to last chapter? The accepting of the knot? What is
no.
I got
the third to last is called These Hands.
No. You know, I got the list of the books from the Goosebumps series in front of me here. And I have to say, if I had to choose between reading a single Animorphs book or reading Say Cheese and Die, I think I'm going to do that one. There's also Let's Get Invisible. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. I mean, these sound spooky, man. One Day in Horrorland. Oh, Eat Worms.
I'm trying to find him fucking this dog, but this is so poorly laid out. It's just...
It really is a shame that, like, when they have it laid out so poorly, you can't get to the parts that are really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to
let's
skim
wrap
through
this
this
up.
at a later date. Yeah, let's finish up here. Let the Animorphs use their gendered bathrooms. That's what I'm saying. There should be an Animorphs, just called Animorphs bathroom. Yeah, in the last episode here, Shirase is being hunted, and he runs into a hot girl with a butt who's obviously up to no good. Definitely something going on. Her name's Saki. She works at a porn shop or something. And meanwhile, Amano is cheerleading. It just cuts to her and she goes like, "Chia-di dingu." And I was like, yes. Yes, Amano. Chia-di dingu. I also like Amano's classmate. She has a little friend. And then Amano sees Shirase talking to a hot lady on the phone. She gets jealous. That's her turn to be jealous. And then so Shirase goes over to hot lady's apartment. And it turns out she was not the spy, but she was bringing him to the spy, who's a huge cross-dressing dude with like clown makeup on. It's a big old fucking tranny fella with like crazy I don't know, like doll, like red hair and shit. Here, let me. Yeah. And then he gets. This is the most peril that Shirase gets into. He gets kidnapped. Gets put on a helicopter. He makes a girl come from touching her butt cheek on the side.
You have to admire the cross-dresser who's just so obviously a man, but is still just going for it. You know, just like you're not fooling a single soul on the street, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, drag queenie, I would say.
Yeah.
And this is where the professor guy from way earlier comes in. It turns there's another twist. He's piloting the helicopter and jumps out and saves everyone. Why does he? I don't. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, he injects the cross-dressing person with like a knockout juice.
But then why does he have to jump out of the helicopter?
Excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah, it like and then so for me that was the end of the second to last episode, and then the last episode is basically just kind of winding down the entire show. So the drama is over, and then it's just kind of establishing where the characters are going from here.
Mm-hmm,
And it's like Shirase is going to keep being Shirase, baby. And there's also like the almost like not a foreshadowing, but like a flash forward where it shows an older Shirase with a beard, and he's got an aged up version of his niece, and the Navy girl are there, and they're like aged up and kind of like spreading themselves over the chair like Charlie's Angels or something, you know?
Yeah. There was that one Wikipedia paragraph, but it seems like the show there's not that much information. Like it seems like the show got cut short or something. I don't know. You'd think they wouldn't apologize just because they didn't get renewed, for a second season, because that's pretty common. So I don't know. Maybe 15 episodes was weirdly short in 2003 when every show was 52, or at least 26.
Well, I guess it's more like 5. It's not like.
Yeah, and also in real length episodes, it's 5 episodes.
You can buy this on Blu-ray. That's cool.
The Blu-ray doesn't. It's not like upscaled though. It doesn't look good.
Oh, I see.
I got the DVD. I just used my crazy video player upscaling. It looks better than the Blu-ray, I think.
I could do that, or I could get Love Lab on Blu-ray. That's
$11.
It's $11. See what else we got. I didn't even think about buying anime Blu-rays.
Yeah, that's absurd. Just buy figures. Just buy figurines.
Yeah, because if you come on the Blu-ray, there's a chance that it'll ruin it. Where if you come on the figure, it wants that to happen.
Yeah, it just sucks it in. It just absorbs it.
Yeah. Well, it's getting pregnant. It gets pregnant right by your cum. I don't know if
it uses it for energy. Yeah.
All right.
There should be a lamp that you come in, and then it uses it as fuel.
I feel like this is a conversation that happens every 20 years of human history.
Yeah.
It's just just a couple of the brightest minds of their generation get together, and they're like, we have this futile attempt that we have to go through trying to make cum into fuel. It's an endless resource.
One of the least coherent chapters of the Doors of Perception, when Aldous Huxley tries to create the blueprints of a cum lamp.
Well, that's why they had to kill Nikola Tesla. because
he figured out free energy.
Yeah. Oh my God! He's writing on a chalkboard, and he drops the piece of chalk onto the ground, and it shatters. Like, oh my God!
That huge explosion in Siberia that he was involved with. That was him jizzing through his super cum amplifier.
It's been in front of my face the entire time.
It's been on my belly all these years.
Oh. All of this energy I've been wasting. It's funny. The Gunbuster OVA is a fucking $38 Blu-ray on Amazon, but I can get this for $15.
Gunbuster.
Oh my God! Oh, come on! You can't still be gouging dumb weebs like this. Where you have the Spy Family Blu-ray, Season 1 Part 1 is $40. Like. Jesus Christ! Give me the whole series for $40.
See, that's new. You gotta wait till something's 10 years old, and then it's like, yeah, I mean, what $11? That's crazy.
It's $40. That's the weeb tax, is what that is.
I mean, that's the English release? That's like the American one.
Let me get a quick look. We won't go into extreme detail on this, but I have to know. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, gang! Like, get it together. Don't pay that much money.
I love this tiny gun that the transvestite has. I want to know what this is.
Spy Family Blu-ray. Okay. Spy Family Blu-ray. Oh, they might have just. Oh yeah, no, this is the English dub. $40. How many episodes do you get for your
for 1/4 of the series? Damn.
You get 12 episodes. So it is the first core, but they list it as being season 1, part 1. So they must consider the season to be 24 episodes for some reason.
I see. Oh, that's
Still
that's
a
not that
ludicrous amount of money though. $40 for 12 episodes? Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever bought a Blu-ray, so I really have no reference for. I would just assume that a season of TV on Blu-ray is like $40. Yeah.
How much could a Blu-ray cost? $500. All right. Well, so Shirase is Shirase in the future is going to be like an elite hacker guy. What is this MPS shit? Tell me about what's going on with them.
Oh, is that the organization or something?
Yeah, MPS. There's like he was part of a school that ended up being like a radical terrorist group or something.
Oh boy. Yeah, that scene didn't have my wife in it, so I was not paying very close attention.
Yeah. Understandable.
Look how happy he is jumping out of this helicopter. At the time of his life.
Yeah, it just not a very huge sort of mental or time investment into watching this show. Really doesn't take much out of you. It would be really good for painkillers, I think. If I had like some leftover pain meds from like a surgery or like from having like my teeth done, that would be, I think, a smart thing to watch.
Yeah,
you
get
know?
yourself some codeine. Get yourself some what's that other one? I don't know.
Hydrocodone, oxycodone, Roxy's, meth.
Get yourself some meth.
Cocaine.
Yep.
Adderall. Shrooms.
Scopolamine.
Acid. Crocodile.
Get yourself some Jimson weed.
Yeah, take some Ibogaine. And
get some salvia. Take some 9X salvia concentrate.
And
take 3 full pods of Jimson weed seeds and just be in this show for 8 days.
Yeah, siphon
just have a vision. Just have a vision where you're a fork for 10,000 years.
Get a straw and suck adrenochrome out of a child's brain and watch Battle Cryptographer Shirase. And I think you're in for a good time.
You just put the image into my head of someone like popping a straw into a kid's head like a Capri Sun while they play Five Nights at Freddy's and just like going.
Yeah. What I would do to siphon the brain juices for myself the first time that I made Steven play fucking Slender, like just that to get one taste of that, like a plan comes together,
Yeah, David. Yeah, huff a bunch of ether.
Yeah, just any altered state of being that you want to be in, where you want the least offensive material you consume that also includes sexualized children, and I think you're in good shape.
Yeah, nothing too speedy. You might get you'll be a little understimulated, but
no, I think it's a perfect vessel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Battle Programmer Shirase takes the form of whatever you need it to be in that moment. I don't think that you could. I think every single time you approach it, it's going to be exactly what you need it to be without fail. I don't think it'll ever let you down. I'll have to watch it again in 5 years and see what's going on.
It'll never give you up.
Yeah, never let you down. Never run around or desert you. Play that ED. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Hold on, look at her. Look at her. Oh my gosh. She's the best. Best part about this series. Okay, thanks everybody.
Shakira but male on Twitter.
Yep. New display name.
You are Time QB Sekai.
I am TimeCube Isekai, yes. Follow us on Twitter. Send us emails at podcast@gangstalking.com if you want. I don't know. David says,
The
can you
CD
shout
is
out my
so good.
friend? Shout out to Dreams Vibes friend. I'm sure he loves and appreciates you. His name is, Mike Hunt. Fuck! What about Mike Honey? See ya, Prussia. See ya, Prussia. Sounds weird for people if someone's just listening. That's a person commenting. I'm not sure the status of the actual country of Prussia. I don't know. I don't think it's there anymore.